Good afternoon, live from the Circus Sports at the Mint Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Ross Johnston. We have two new champions in the major sports, starting with the New York Knicks, who defeated the Spurs on Saturday to win their fifth ever NBA Finals and first since 1973. The Knicks won the series in 5 games, and Jalen Brunson was named Finals MVP, averaging 32 points per game in the series. In the NHL, it was the Carolina Hurricanes taking home the Stanley Cup in 6 games over the Vegas Golden Knights to win their second ever title and first since 2005. Hurricanes captain Jordan Staal won the Conn Smythe Trophy and is the oldest player in NHL history to do so at 37 years of age. Lastly, in World Cup action this past Friday, the United States won their first game of group play, defeating Paraguay 4-1 to start off hot. The U.S. will face Australia this Friday for their second game of group play. For all your foundation repair and your waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans of Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Happy Monday to you. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you're having a great Monday. We are broadcasting live from the Zone Golf Tournament, 2026 Golf Tournament. And another fun day out here at Nashville Golf and Athletic Club. And we are in Cool Springs, and it is sunny. And Babs looks like a golfer.
I do. Did I golf? Nope. But
No.
I got the look.
I golfed with your husband.
How did he play?
He did very, very well, according
Good.
to me. According to him, maybe not so much, but I don't know. I don't know where
you
that
might
lies.
have a different definition of a good round.
Probably true. I did the thing where you got I got new golf clubs, and
Ooh, you did?
I did, and
You haven't got new golf clubs in like
a decade
15
probably,
years.
yeah, a long time, and I literally was taking this cellophane off the golf clubs as I was hitting them, and Travis, your husband, thought that was hilarious.
Like, what are you doing? You can't do that, Mayor. You got to at least hit a little practice round. Jeez, how'd you play?
For that. I mean, I did what I do.
Okay.
But I did, after the discussion about Slay's clubs not being long enough.
He's got to get new clubs.
And then I saw mine. I saw pictures of me, like, hunched over. I was like, I'm going to get, like, you can buy, like, 1 inch longer, or you can get them custom done. I didn't have time to do that, but I got 1 inch longer, so everything was like an inch longer than I've been used to my entire life.
Okay, that will completely change your golf game.
Yeah.
Now,
so
eventually for the better, but probably not when you're taking the wrapping off on day one here, Mayor.
yeah. It was fun, and
But, whatever.
I mean, it's important to have hobbies, right? Like, so maybe I'll dive back in. I don't know.
Go. Well, I am starting I started my 6-year-old in golf, and she loves it. Kirby, I think I sent you her swing. I showed you her swing. It looks pretty good. Yeah, it does. Yes, now she's 6. Well, we got Amazon delivering here. Are you kidding me?
They find you wherever you go? Is that what happens?
Wherever I go. I just put in an order, actually. Same day delivery, baby. Let's go. Amazon.
So what do we
Everywhere.
do? What do we do now? So NBA's done, NHL's done.
I am kind of depressed.
What
that
do we
they're
do now?
Both done on the same weekend.
So what do y'all do? You dive into baseball? You dive into College World Series? When I said baseball, I meant MLB, but
yeah, Major League Baseball. I'll watch the College World Series. I love the stories. I love Omaha. I love all of that.
Yeah, I'm all in on that too. But even then, when it's done, we've got like a 6-week window.
Well, we do have Titans Minicamp.
Titans Minicamp coming up.
Yes, so that'll be fun. Which, by the way, we can get into this later in the show, but I made the grave mistake of over the weekend quote tweeting a Buck tweet about Cam Ward.
Oh, I know.
And you would have thought that I told some Titans fans that I was going to massacre their family or something. How dare you?
We read that on Friday.
Oh, you read my quoted tweet? But am I right? Now, listen, I'm not saying.
Yes. And I get what he's saying, and I get where
right, we're both fine. It's not like he specifically was saying Cam Ward's a bust, blah blah blah. But people take that and run with it and say, Cam Ward's struggling. Told you he ain't it. He's that. No, pause. Just pause.
So Bucks
do what I do at stop signs. Totally pause.
Bucks, California roll. Bucks tweet was a California roll of tweets.
Yes.
Cam Ward's subpar practices are becoming one of the prominent themes of Tennessee Titans offseason program. So Austin, who we love, A to Z Sports, love Austin, but he got very defensive in a video.
Extremely defensive.
About this tweet. And the way that I read this tweet, I think is the way you read it. His point was Buck was simply saying what he saw in 3 days of practice last week, okay?
3.
The way that I took it was this is the big picture takeaway from everything they've done in the offseason.
Exactly.
And maybe that's not fair for me.
People are taking it. And Buck's not the only one. And maybe that was unfair of me to quote tweet Buck's tweet about it and not somebody else who's saying that Cam Ward
I'm glad
terrible.
You're here, and I'm glad you brought this up because I wanted to ask you about it, and I forgot about it.
Buck's our teammate, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And
we all have opinions.
Yeah. So, I feel comfortable quote tweeting. But, And Buck does a phenomenal job covering the Titans, don't get me wrong. But I just disagree with this entire narrative that, first of all, that we even really know if he's been dog piss during these practices. Because how many practices have the media been allowed into anyway?
I think if he would have written, based on what I've seen, this is what I think, instead of just blanketly laying down that
he's been subpar.
He's been garbage the entire offseason. And I know that's not what he's trying to say here, but that's the way that I took it because so many people are blanketly saying that.
Yes.
That he's a bust.
Yes.
1 year in.
Yeah.
Into offseason number 2. And some people think he's a bust. And maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't care.
Maybe he will be.
And maybe he will be. I don't know.
We don't know. But to sit there and say that after watching the amount of OTAs I can count on one hand with a brand new coaching staff, a new offensive scheme. Oh, and also, I don't know, offseason maybe is for fixing the crap that you're not good at. How about he's allowed to do that? And listen, so I've been to 2 practices of the 5 that we're allowed to go to, I guess. And I completely get there were moments where I'm like, what the heck was that from Cam? But there were also moments where I was like, wow, that throw, to Carnell Tate on the sideline where nobody else except for Carnell could catch it was absolutely perfect. So there's a mix of why did he miss the check down? I don't understand. But then you look at who his receiver he's throwing to in that moment, and I'm like, who the hell is that? I don't even know who that is.
But also,
what number he is because he ain't even going to make this roster.
But also, what are they working on?
Correct.
What specifically are they working on?
There's layers to it.
So you retweeted.
I hate that narrative.
You retweeted learning a brand new offense, new coaching staff, new OC, new weapons, and it's OTAs. That media has limited access to, not even training camp yet. Are we serious with this? God forbid he learn and figure out what he's capable of doing during OTAs. And I'm with you on that. I want him to make mistakes. I want him to try to force balls in. I want him to throw throws that maybe he wouldn't do during a game so he could learn that. Because he's learning it, as you said, he's learning a new system. So
I need him to figure out what he can or can't do, or what he needs to get better at, so that when the season comes, he doesn't make boneheaded throws that result in interceptions.
So where are y'all with regard to Cam Ward as we sit here in offseason number 2 with this quarterback? A new coaching staff, you're right, new offense, new play calling, all of those things.
And if you're one of the people that, decided to just go look at the responses to my quote tweet, by the way, you are going to be
it's pretty amazing.
Whoa. Some of y'all need to get a drink or a chill pill or something. But anyway, if you are one of those people that's like, okay, because of what I'm hearing of all that, I'm out on him. I want to hear from you. Tell me. I want to hear all sides of it, how you feel. But this whole narrative that he's been terrible in off season, I just think is an overreaction. And I get it. Like now, NBA and NHL are over. Like, what the hell are we going to talk about? So I get that there are some writers out there who put things out because they need clicks or they want clicks. And so this is a popular topic, right? Because, yes, he has missed throws, which I would expect in an off season. But so I want to hear from fans that, you're not out there to actually see it yet. It's early, but tell me like why you are panic mode. Maybe not panic mode, but you know what I mean.
Where are you with Cam Ward?
Yes.
How confident are you in Cam Ward offseason number 2, 1 to 10?
With some of the reports you've seen, some of the video clips you've seen, and remembering that the media hasn't even had access to every single OTA either on top of it.
Right.
Like we're talking about very small sections of the offseason.
And listen, y'all know us. You can disagree. We're here for that. If we all agree on everything in this world, it would be a boring place. So,
yes,
so where are you with Cam Ward? How confident are you?
As long as you don't call and tell me that I'm what's that word, simp? I don't even know. For Amy Adams Strunk and Titans Homer and all of that, just because I have that take, because that's just dumb. If you're going to call and say that, I'm going to respond to you, which you can.
Well, here's where I am with Cam Ward. Like I would be at a 5, I guess. I don't know. Like I don't know how you can confidently say yes, he's great, or no, he's going to suck.
Agreed.
Like either way.
And that was my point.
Yeah. 615-737-1045 if you want in. 615-737-1045. Brent Doherty with you, broadcasting live from Nashville Golf and Athletic Club. We're having a great time here at the 104.5 The Zone 2026 Golf Classic. Special thanks to Ferguson, the presenting sponsor. Boswell Golf Carts. Met those guys earlier. Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer. RTM Roofing, Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply, and more. We saw Trey Hartsook here earlier. Getting ready. He's a big old buff dude too. Like I bet he can hit a long way.
I haven't seen him in a long time.
So we'll get a there goes Moses right there. We'll get a take on what's going on here at the golf club. Beautiful day. 615-737-1045. Also the World Cup, unbelievable performance by the United States. Alexi Lawless said this, quote, "I think it's the greatest half of group play from a men's team at a World Cup in history. Everything went right, total dominance from top to bottom." Todd Furman, wild to think that this U.S. men's national team result tonight made World Cup history on a few levels. Largest margin of victory since 1930. Balogun bags the first multi-goal performance since 1930. First time USA has ever scored 4 goals in a World Cup match. This is where we are. We watched it at Bab's house over the weekend. 615-737-1045. Really, really good. We'll be here until 6 o'clock. We'd love to see you. Slay Dog is on assignment. He'll be back tomorrow. Don Davenport is here, though. We need to get that noticed and noted.
Yeah, sorry. We just dove right in, didn't we?
Dove right in.
Let's go. Happy Monday, everybody.
Ross is back at the radio station, the world-famous Music Row. Zeph is on assignment as well. But
He's celebrating his birthday.
He's celebrating his birthday.
And Chris, his wife, are celebrating their anniversary.
Yes, happy anniversary, guys.
615.
That's an easy one.
It's easy to remember because it's Nashville. They're Nashville people.
Speaking of numbers, numerology, throwing heat, Jacob Mizorowski, 104.5 miles per hour. He struck out Kyle Schwarber with a 104.5 mile per hour fastball. That's fastest
crazy
pitch in the era that they've been clocking that kind of thing. So I retweeted that.
Imagine that coming at your face?
I would love to see it. I retweeted that, wrote, cool that he's a fan of at 104.5 The Zone.
Oh, yeah.
104.5.
104.5.
Let's go, Jacob Mizorowski. All right, more 3HL coming up, 615-737-1045. Congrats to Will Bowling and his beautiful bride Peyton on their wedding over the weekend as well. We'll talk more about that a little bit later, but congrats, guys. It is official. Gupton Motors is open for business in Springfield. Well, they've been open for business in Springfield for a long time, but they have a new location just up the road. Now it's celebrating the all-new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram location, 3224 Tom Austin Highway. If you're looking for an excellent selection of popular new vehicles in Middle Tennessee, South Central Kentucky, North Alabama, that drive to Gupton is worth it. Daniel Gupton and his crew making it happen. Put Gupton Motors at the top of your list. Just a short drive from Nashville, about 30 minutes from downtown Nashville, as a matter of fact. And they're kicking things off with a declaration of deals. Take on any terrain in the 2026 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon with $2,000 bonus cash for returning Jeep owners and leasees, or upgrade your drive with the powerful 2026 Ram 1500 Lamborghini Crew Cab 4x4. Now with $5,500 cash bonus. Visit Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, 3224 Tom Austin Highway in Springfield, Tennessee. Online, GuptonMotors.com. That's where you'll get all the dealership information, all of the inventory, new and pre-owned, all the deals they have going on in the month of June right there at GuptonMotors.com. Gupton Motors, driving deals home. For the best deals, the best service, the best experience, you got to go to Gupton. Offers subject to eligibility. See dealer for details. 3HL 104.5 The Zone, broadcasting live from the 2026 Golf Classic, presented by Ferguson at Nashville Golf and Athletic Club. Our thanks again to, among other companies, Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, who said we have bears on the loose in like 4 counties. Brentwood Hearing
We
Center.
have little chipmunks here.
We do?
Yeah, they're like running around here.
Here?
Yeah.
Huh.
They're gone now.
Yeah.
Scared them.
Okay. I was over at your place. I was wondering when, all the wildlife was going to, exhibit itself.
Well, 30 screaming 5, 6, and 7-year-olds will keep them away.
Yeah.
Dawn, did you find a lifeguard?
I did find a lifeguard, and she was amazing. Shout out to Haley. She came with her little lifeguard raft and all of that. I think she probably was like, I was like, oh, it'll be easy. Our pool's super shallow, whatever. I think she was probably like, that was not an easy job.
I told her when she was done, I said, way to get no kids killed.
Yep. What'd she
She
say?
was like, wow, okay, thank you. It was
She's
easy.
like, hey, that was the goal.
Yeah. Contours LLC, the Joint Chiropractic, Wayne's Pest Control, among others. Special thanks to our charity Fight DMD. To donate, visit fightdmd.com. Saw Terry Marlin wander around earlier, and love that dude and his family. So fightdmd.com. 615-737-1045. United States playing Australia on Friday in World Cup action, 2 o'clock. So during our show, United States and Australia both 1-0 Friday at 2 o'clock. A lot of people saying that was the greatest U.S. men's national team performance ever.
I think they surprised some people, don't you?
Yeah, they surprised me because I thought the joke was, that we sucked.
Right.
Or
they looked
performed and all these things.
Pretty damn good.
Yeah, top 5 U.S. men's national team performances via PFT. Number 5, 2-0 win over Mexico in 2002. And number 4, a 1-0 loss to Brazil in 1994. Number 3, a 1-0
loss be a
1-0 loss to Germany in 2002. Number 2, greatest performance in U.S. men's national team history in World Cup soccer. Number 2. Was a 2-0 win against Spain in 2009, and then the 4-1 win against Paraguay in 2026, which was last week, 4-1. So there is that. 615-737-1045. Where are you with regard to Cam Ward? How confident are you in Cam Ward as we sit here in offseason number 2, 1-10? 615-737-1045. Let's go to Steve next up on 3HL. Hey, Steve, welcome in. What you got, man?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes,
so, Mayor, what do you mean? What are we going to do for 6 weeks? There's no this, there's no that. Y'all get into baseball? Y'all got a team here in Nashville that is leading MLS right now. Soccer will be up and coming. You got the World Cup to watch for the next several weeks, and I know Lucas does his show on that, and I know Will. I know they're big into that, but give it a chance, even if you don't understand it. Go with somebody.
That's fair. We forgot because they're on break.
Well, and not just that. Honestly, Steve, I was just asking the question because I'm curious as to where y'all are. I love baseball. It is one of my favorite sports. So I watch it, but I know a lot of people here because we don't have a baseball team in this market, Major League Baseball team. So that's why I bring up the question. Nashville SC, for sure. That's a great one. And the World Cup, we're all in. We're all in. That was a magical performance.
It was a good one. I like the 2-0 win versus Mexico a couple years back. I think. Anyway, all right, Cameron Anthony Ward. I don't know what to expect yet. Okay, nobody does, and we're making a whole big lollabaloo out of all this. Let him go out there. Let's see what he can't do. But do I have my doubts? I think a lot of people have doubts. I think that's why we're bringing it up on this radio station so many times. Can Cam Ward do it? Is it this? Is it that?
Yeah,
but
that's true.
Let me just say this. I mean, Tom Brady was a 7th round pick, right? You look at all these other guys that weren't the number 1 overall and all that. Can he do it? We don't know. But let's just wait and see. It doesn't matter what he does now in OTAs. I'm so tired of the paper and saying, he had a bad day at OTAs and Levis was great.
Right.
The one thing that concerns me about Cam Ward is this.
Was not great though, too. I watched, but
hey, I'm just we're not getting into that because I don't think he did very well at Kentucky. Correct. He's not here, but. Let's just see if he can throw receivers open, because I've called this station numerous times, talked to a bunch of you guys about it. Until he throws a player open, he's not going to be an NFL quarterback that's very good. He's got to learn how to do that. I don't know how you teach that. But that's what
we
you got
saw
to
it.
have happen. All
It's
right,
funny
boys
you
and
brought
girls.
that up, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hang on. So 1 to 10, where are you? 5? You're like me?
Oh, I'm at a 3, buddy.
Oh, 3. Okay.
I'm at a 3, Mayor. I really am.
Okay.
I don't think he has that ability to throw the guy open. And it goes back to that. Look at him and look at where he was in college. Obviously, I don't compare it much because it's a different game, but he couldn't throw anybody open last year. He had open receivers and he'd miss them, and he couldn't throw it open. I mean, that's the part for me that I go, and the receivers have to do their job too. But there's no more excuses this year, I don't think. I think this is the make or break year for him. Year 2, year 3, maybe you stick with somebody, but let's let him play it. Let's let him be his own player. The one thing I will say, this guy has done all the right things behind the scenes and said all the right things to win over his teammates. So everybody seems to have his back.
Yeah.
But let's let him throw the guy open. He says all the right things in interviews, but once again, throw the guy open, make the right decisions.
Yeah. That's fair.
I got you, brother. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Steve.
Hey, y'all have a good one. Enjoy soccer.
Thank
We'll
you.
do it.
And to Steve's point, though, I think it was, what was it? Not last week, the week before. I was standing next to Ramon, and there was a play where Cam Ward threw a receiver open, and I was like, ooh, look at that. Like, something, a little bit of growth there is what it looked like. So now there was also another one where he completely missed him, but to Steve's point, like, it looks like that's something he's working on, right? And a lot of that, too, is timing. It's knowing your receivers. It's figuring out the timing of the NFL compared to college. How much time do you have behind that offensive line? Like, all of that kind of plays into it as well.
Yeah, first 9 games, he was sacked 38 times. Last 8 games, he was sacked 17 times. Last 8 games, 10 touchdowns, 1 interception. He also had 2 rushing touchdowns. So 12 touchdowns, total touchdowns, 1 interception. So over the course of the last 8 games, much better. 615-737.
Some of those sacks were on him.
1045 for sure. Derek next up on 3HL. Hey, Derek, what's up, man?
Hey, guys, a couple of points. I'm older. I'm 54 years old, and when you drafted a quarterback when I was younger, you drafted for the future. You already had somebody that was probably twilight in their career, 2 or 3 more years. They learned from them. They learned the offense, and they weren't thrown out to the wolves as quickly as he has been, which is, I know the money and everything they give him, that's the expectation. And then second of all, too, I think these guys get up for the games and when it really counts a lot more. Not that practice is not important, but I think, in seeing Cam play in college, he elevates that play when he's actually in the game. And, that's the way I feel about him. He is our quarterback. He's who I'm rooting for. He's who I think will be the future. And, with Buck, that's what he does. He gets everybody going. I remember when Jeffrey Simmons came after him. But the difference is you're not going to get in Cam's head. I think his maturity level, he doesn't listen to the outside stuff. I think he's going to be just fine. I just think he needs the reps, the time, offensive line. But, everybody's saying 5. I'm going to put him at a 7 because he's my quarterback. That's who I've got to believe in. Thanks for taking my call, guys.
Appreciate you. 615-737-1045. Yeah,
also, 54 is not older.
I mean, I'm 53. First 9 games, 5 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 38 sacks. Last 8 games, 10 touchdowns, 1 interception, 17 sacks. So much better second half of the season. Is that development under Cam Ward now? Learning a new offense. So, was he more comfortable once they made a switch last year? I don't know. Is he more comfortable now with Dable? If he's not, will he be by the time games start rolling around? Where are you on Cam Ward? Confidence level, 615-737-1045, 1 to 10 confidence level in Cam Ward. Let's go to Rod next up. Rod, what's up, man? How are you?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Hey, thank you, brother.
But
Welcome in.
people keep bashing on Cam Ward. You got to remember, this kid was thrown in to a starting position with nobody to watch and learn from. I think he's done a fairly good job so far. Also, he was behind an absolutely porous offensive line. That explains your sacks. But, give a guy a break. I'm pretty positive on him. I'm cautiously optimistic at a 7.
At a 7, okay. So you and Derek are both at 7. Steve's at 3. I'm about a 5 right now. Thank you, Rod. Appreciate it. 615-737-1045. Offensive line, Dawn, is going to be a problem again this year potentially.
It is.
I mean,
it's at some point it is because you've got youth two there. You don't really know what you have, but like there's hope that it's going to be better. And I know we've said that the last 3 seasons, and it did not get better. But we talked to Ramon last week. Remember when we had him on, because it was something that I noticed in those days I was out there watching OTAs, how different the individual drills looked and felt with the offensive line than they did with the previous coaching staff. And listen, that's not saying good or bad, but I brought that up to Ramon to ask him about it, and he was like, yeah. He was like, it is a ton of more like one-on-one work, right? Human on human work instead of necessarily like pads, machines, whatever. Now, it's just a different philosophy, and it's a different look in OTA. I don't know what training camp's going to look like. We'll see, but it feels different than the previous stuff. And like I said, that doesn't mean it's going to be better, but it is a different look. It's a different feel. They have some pieces there. Like, we just don't know what that's going to look like. Is Schlottman going to be okay? I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah,
I hope it'll be better.
It's funny that, talking with people, they just kind of pencil Schlottman in as the starting center, and there's competition at right guard. We'll see how all that plays out. But Calvin Ridley only played 7 games last year. So what do you have with him?
I have no idea what Calvin Ridley is.
Cam Ward's top 2 receivers last year were both 4th-round picks in Elik Ayamander and Chim DK. Now, Chig Okonkwo led the team to receptions, but I'm talking about in terms of wide receiver play. And those guys are going from year 1 to year 2. And I think that is maybe not talked about enough, is the development there, because everybody's talking about
his weapons.
Yeah, those 2 guys specifically going from year 1 to year 2, because a lot of people are talking about pick number 4, obviously, and also Wan'Dale Robinson coming in, and I get all that, but those are 2 added weapons. These 2 guys who were rookies last year are going into year 2. You would think that would be a help and a benefit. 615-737-1045.
With more talent around them.
That's
so
right.
They're not the only ones that have to get things done.
Right, and the other side of that is Pollard had 2 100-yard rushing games toward the end of the season. 3, actually. He had 3 100-yard rushing games toward the end of the season. They won 2 of those games. So clearly you need to get that run game going to help the offense in totality. But where are you with Cam Ward's 1 to 10?
I'm not sure.
Confidence level.
I kind of feel like maybe all of us as a whole didn't realize what an absolute Shiano show it actually was last year.
I think we were so focused on offensive line being bad and a rookie quarterback
that you didn't realize all the other just
young pieces
that was going on.
So 3 of the top 4 receivers in terms of production and receptions were all rookies last year, when you add Gunnar Helm to the mix. And, I mean, Chig's not there anymore. And a rookie quarterback. 615-737-1045. Let's get John in here. John's next up on 3HL. Hey, man.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Good.
The organization has always had problems in different means and everything. So it hasn't changed a whole lot, has it?
I think it has.
Yeah, I mean,
the organization.
People have been rotating through.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's very different. But what do you go
I guess. Yeah, that's why I guess I'm trying to reference it. They are trying to do things correctly, but the NFL, it's constant. They change.
Yeah.
It's up and down all the time. How many teams, organizations have constantly been ranked?
Ranked?
Very few.
Great. Great. 12 franchises out of the 32 have not won a Super Bowl. So 20 of them have. 12 have not.
Right.
So, I mean, it's hard to win.
If that's your measuring stick.
John, where are you confidence level in Cam Ward, 1 to 10?
Oh, I think he's a 9, to be honest.
Okay.
The kid has talent. He's got it all. He just got, it's going to take some time.
I got you, man. Thank you for the call. 615-737-1045. Ross is producing back at the studio. Kirby Allen Kirby is here. Moses is here as we broadcast live from Nashville Golf and Athletic Club. Where are you confidence-wise in Cam Ward, 1 to 10? Just kind of taking a little temperature check here. 615-737-1045. More 3HL when we come back on 1045 The Zone.
What's happening, good people? You know what time it is. Give a shout out to all the fathers out there and people that's celebrating them. That's Brentwood Jewelry. Get over there right now. Right now, people. 7012 Church Street East, located in the heart of Brentwood, right there on Franklin Road. You get exceptional style, exceptional deals every single day for over 50 years. Now, let's get to the main thing. The main thing is the Papas. That's right. The Papas. They're being celebrated. Nashville's premier timepiece dealer, Brentwood Jewelry. Not only do they have the best selection, but they also have Sandy. That's CW21. That's a certified watchmaker, people out there for keeping score. Sandy repairs and restores vintage and modern watches on site. Timepiece never leaves the store at all. So, you want to celebrate them? All the Papas. This is what you need to do. Go get them a gift. Find pre-owned Rolex for a fraction of the cost. I would love one. Every watch that they sell has been meticulously serviced to ensure the highest level of performance. And for all y'all out there that's acting like you don't know what day it falls on, that's June 21st. June the 20th of the 1st. You hear that? You got it? Well, get it. BrentwoodJewelry.com.
No.
615-737-1045. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport with you. Slay Dog will be back tomorrow. We'll talk more about the Knicks win 94-90. They win in 6 games. First time for an NBA title for the New York Knicks since 1973. Should I be worried? I was born that year, and now the Knicks win again. Do you think I'm going to die this year?
Stop it, Mayor. Why would you even bring that up?
Come on,
Because
man.
it's bookends.
Ross.
They
get
bookended
him.
me.
We ain't having any of this negative energy in the studio.
Ross, should I
tomorrow.
be worried about this, Ross?
Why?
No.
You know I
Hey,
like
you better quit it.
conspiracies.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, my gosh. Ross has sent me a couple of new conspiracies.
Also, I went to Dawn's house over the weekend. Hadley had her 6th birthday party, and it was amazing job done by you and Travis and Kirby with an eye, and everyone else who was involved.
Our balloon arch was phenomenal.
Not named me.
And you
Yes, it
boys
was.
helped, yes.
Yeah, we did not help. Not with that.
No,
I mean,
not with
0.
the balloon arch. You did 0 on that.
The only help I did with the balloon arch is me and your mom, Buff, were playing volleyball with a balloon over Kirby with an eye's head.
Yes.
And she did not
yeah,
appreciate
that was so helpful. Thank you.
Well, your mom kept hitting her.
What, exactly.
Which was the problem. Like, it wouldn't have been a problem. It would not have been a problem had your mom not been bad at, balloon volleyball. But,
there might have been a Cosmo or two involved in that.
yeah, Hadley had a great day. It looked like she was a lot
amazing.
of fun. And
Shout
she was
out to
smiling.
all her sweet little friends that came to celebrate her, and all of our sweet friends that came to celebrate her too.
Well, it was a
you guys are awesome.
It was a beautiful unicorn birthday with also Cinderella was there.
Cinderella.
And
Cinda freaking Rella showed up.
Travis Harder and I took a picture with Cinderella.
Uh-huh.
And they said that was
I got to put that out.
that was the first time that dads had taken a picture with her.
Yes. And oh, by the way, my husband's wonderful sense of humor. Do you know what shirt he wore to this 6-year-old birthday party? It said in big letters, "My wife is hot." But then if you look close in small letters around the hot, it spells psychotic. So basically, you wore a shirt that said, "My wife is psychotic." But if you're far away, you didn't see the psychotic.
I told her dad, I said, I've been with Dawn on some level longer than Travis, and I'm not going to disagree with this shit. Oh, it was fun. It was fun seeing a bunch of kids have a good time. That was good stuff, and y'all did an incredible job, and that's a lot of work, man. And I just kept saying to Babsy, I just said, you know what, there are places where they can host your birthday party, and you pay them a certain amount of money, and they clean and set everything up.
Yeah, we might do that next year.
Y'all spent
It's a lot of
spent a
work.
good amount of money on that party.
Well, half of it was adult beverages.
Yes, and you got lucky with the weather, which the night
not
before
rain
your
until
mom was sitting
night.
on the couch going, this one says scattered thunderstorms, and she kept looking for various weather reports for the next day. And at one point, Babs was like, "Mom, stop.
I'm like, take that negativity elsewhere.
It's not going to help us." 615-737-1045. So kind of talking through where we are with regard to Cam Ward. How confident are you in Cam Ward as we sit here prior to training camp? Because as well as we do, once we get into training camp, there are going to be all kinds of talking points. So now is a pretty good time to kind of take a deep breath and just kind of think about what you think they have in their quarterback going into year 2. 615-737-1045.
I want to say this real quick. I don't want it to sound like or feel like I'm making excuses for Cam Ward.
No.
Because that's what people come at me on social media saying, that I'm making excuses for him or whatever. What do we say? Always facts only, right?
Well, a
facts
lot of people think if you're not just negative about something, then you're completely positive about it, and that's not necessarily true.
And I'm not. I'm in between on it, but also there is absolutely no reason to be completely negative or call him a bust or be out on Cam Ward because of what you've seen in 5 OTA practices. That's absurd.
Well, and the other thing is, if somebody was saying Cam Ward is going to be the greatest quarterback in the history of quarterbacks. Like, how could you say that?
I would tell you you're crazy.
You can't say that now either.
No.
So that's why I'm kind of in the middle. Let's see where we are, and maybe that's why they call me Yorl or whatever. But
yeah, you are. You're the mayor for a reason.
But that's where I am. 615-737-1045. So do you want to take the caller that's on hold right now? Even though I think he might be here?
No. Absolutely not.
You didn't just say no. You screamed it across. I bet he could hear it.
He could probably hear it. Ekibop, no.
We love you.
Come over to this table. Who else? No Bob.
I think that's all we got right now.
Thank you,
Bob.
Roz. Coming up at 4:20.
What happened to Adam?
Everybody dropped. Nobody wants to hold through a break.
Adam
Babs.
and Mark, you guys call back. Come on.
We've got Chris Lowe coming up at 4:20. We'll
No
get
problem.
into some college football discussion.
Also, can I bring up all the? We'll do it. We can do it. Start at the 4 o'clock hour, but can you bring up the quarterbacks that struggled early, and then looked good? I mean, Josh Allen is the obvious recent, example.
Well, I mean,
right?
Drake May is a good one.
Drake May. I mean,
He struggled his first year. In year 2, he went to the Super Bowl.
right.
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold, Ross struggled for 6 years.
Yeah.
And then hit in year 7 or whatever it is.
Shoot,
Give him
you can
time.
go back to Drew Brees. I mean, now granted, part of his was injury related, right? But still, you can go back to Drew Brees and look at him. Look at what he turned into. He was not great at times. I mean, I don't know. It's sometimes you got to find your footing, and especially with Josh Allen, I look at it because accuracy was an issue, right? That was a conversation with him, and turnover struggles, a conversation with him, but he figured it out. Sometimes quarterbacks have to figure it out too. And I just think that you can't understate how crazy it is to go from a brand new head coach, first time play caller, calling your plays, dealing with him, then you lose him, 2 games in, 3 games in? I can't remember now. I've flushed it all out of my head when Callie left. So then you have another
remember. That's a great
offensive play
point.
caller. I can't even remember. I'm done with it. I'm over it. Then you have another new play caller. Everything is kind of awry. Half the coaches are gone. It's a crazy season. Your top targets are 4th-round picks. What's Calvin Ridley? He didn't help a whole lot. What did he play? 7 games last year? So there's all of that. And then now it's reset. And I know reset is a dangerous word because everybody wants to bring up Will Levis resetting his mentality. But then it's now all of a sudden reset with a brand new head coach, brand new coaching staff. And honestly, there's a lot of pressure. I know Cam Ward doesn't feel pressure, or at least to the outside eye certainly doesn't. I mean, I watched him in that Miami-Syracuse game where they lose and they're out of the college football playoff and they lost. And I watched him on the sideline during that entire game, and there was zero panic. There was zero feeling the pressure. There was nothing at any point in that game that I was like, dude. I mean, there were times where I was like, does this guy have a pulse? Yeah. Even during that game. So I don't think he feels pressure, but there's a lot of pressure, too. It's year 2.
Always. I was just looking at Sam Darnold. It was year 7 when it turned around
There you go.
for him. First 6 seasons, Sam Darnold, 63 touchdowns, 56 interceptions. Last 2 years, 60 touchdowns, 26 interceptions. So, when does the light click on? Why does it click on? How does it click on? All of those things. 615-737-1045. How confident are you in Cam Ward as we sit here in offseason number 2, 1 to 10? 615-737-1045. This is 3HL.
What's happening, good people? Low T. That's where you need to go to. That's what can be happening. That's what can get your energy back the way it's feeling the way it needs to. When you need that little boost, you're sitting there midweek and you're like, dang, I don't know what it is. Well, you probably should have got your testosterone levels checked. That way you go in there and get your shot and you get boosted. You're ready to roll. You ain't going to wear off. You can go in there weekly. Go in there every 2 weeks if you want. Whatever it is going to be tailored to your schedule. Why? Because they check for you. They give you your own blueprint. Not nothing that they're guessing about. None of that matters. And you don't settle for that compound and mystery testosterone. Professionals, they're the ones that's helping you. All providers are board certified and experts in this field. They know the right questions to ask, the right things to look for in your charts, and the right tests to run to keep your TRT smooth and manage the side effects. Whatever that may be, PT, 141, NAD plus GLP-1s, it don't matter. Go there. They got you covered. Get that weight loss right, get the recovery, get the muscle tone that you've been looking for. Just go to fixmylowt.com.
Ramon Foster, and I'm with Aaron from United Structure Systems. Man, they came by today to check out my house. If there's anything, any issues, small or big, you're gonna fill us in there.
We can take care of it no matter what kind of problems. So first off, we'll just kind of take a look through your house and see what kind of issues you got going. You know, cracks in the brick, cracks in the drywall, weird spots in the floor, doors sticking, windows not opening properly. Once we identify those areas, we're going to do a thorough inspection around the outside, make sure there's no issues going on with that. And then once we look over it, we'll talk about what's going on, and hopefully we ain't got no issues, and then we'll go from there.
Let's go. Let's go.
Ms. Foster, so we have looked at the issues that you brought up. We had the drywall in the attic up here above your bonus or your garage. You had some doors sticking.
I did.
Going in your bathroom. So we've inspected all that. We don't see any major structural concerns. So you're going to be one of our lucky good news customers today. There is some minor deflection there. That's not an uncommon thing. As any house is built, it's its biggest and its strongest the day that it's born. Right, and from that point, it just gets older, just like us. We ain't hopping up out of bed, taking off down the hallway, running upstairs anymore.
Not protecting quarterbacks anymore.
No.
Opening up late. We're done.
Your guard ain't there no more.
Okay,
so,
I got you.
So it just happens. It gets a little older and it starts to deflect. Now, there are some things we can do to kind of help adjust those doors, mainly adjusting in the door, which we don't necessarily do, and maybe doing some light shimming in the crawl space down there to address those sticking doors. But for now, no major issues there. We did talk about the grading in the back and some issues that we can take care of back there for you. But that's pretty much up in a nutshell. No big issues and you're good to go. So.
Awesome. So again, the way you deal with United Structural Systems is it's upfront, it's honest, and now I can sleep peacefully at night, okay?
This is a different court, Blair.
Same result, Slay.
Oh, okay, Blair. See, that's Tyler Tanner. See, Tyler Tanner's in the house now.
Let's see what you got. Jerry's out, Blair.
Blair, come on. Okay, Blair, just come sit down. Come on, Blair, stop. You're going to get hurt. Blair, get off the court. That's enough.
What's the verdict, Blair?
The courtroom is where I play ball.
Boy, Durham, injury law. And that ain't got no rules.
The guaranteed offer is the simplest, least stressful way to sell your home. You go to our website, you fill out a quick form, we set an appointment, we bring you an all-cash offer. Literally, there's no lockbox on the front of your house, there's no showings, we pay all cash, we close in as little as 21 days, stress-free. We've helped thousands of homeowners just like you sell your home the hassle-free way with the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Slay Dog will be back tomorrow. He is celebrating his anniversary today and is on assignment. Well deserved, and congratulations to Slay and Chris. Dawn Davenport is here, y'all. She's visiting with the people at Contours LLC. She'll be back at the table here in just a second, but they have a big purple tent right across the practice green from us at a par 3 over water that contains my golf ball, as a matter of fact. We appreciate Kirby Allen Kirby and all of his help, Rachel and her team, Rich and his team, for helping all of this happen today. 104.5 The Zone's 2026 Golf Classic, presented by Ferguson, is today at Nashville Golf and Athletic Club. Special thanks to the Joint Chiropractic, Wayne's Pest Control, Low T Center, Winto Nation. Special thanks to our charity, Fight DMD. To donate, visit fightdmd.com. Special thanks to our food sponsors, Uncle Bud's Pig and Pie Catering. It's only the second time I've ever seen Dawn Davenport run in my entire life. The first time came after, literally one day after I told her I'd never seen her run before. And she and Kirby with an eye always say, if I'm running, it's usually because I'm being chased. But I saw you run across the grounds here.
I'm out of breath now. I was like,
you were talking to Contours LLC.
Yes, Contours, which does like red light therapy for, baby belly fat that you haven't lost after 6 years. That would be me.
They've done some wonderful things too with our buddy Dan Mandis, who works at WTN, and they've got a before and after pic of him, and he had some stuff with his face that he wanted taken care of, and they did, and they did an incredible job. So they're out here as well. Like right when you pull in, if you're just like roaming around, you want to come say hello, you can for sure. Even though the golfers are out there and they'll be done here in about an hour, but their tent is on the left as you pull in. Big purple tent in front of a par 3 with a big body of water that contains my golf ball.
One or
there goes Brentwood
multiple.
Police. Kirby Allen Kirby's over here, y'all. He's right here.
Well, it could have been somebody in one of these houses that called, because I don't know if you heard the coyote-like scream. That was one of our golfers.
I thought it was
course.
Bert.
I thought it was Bert too, but I looked over. It was not Bert. It was somebody on a team.
Yeah.
So
somebody hit a house.
No,
well,
I think that they have just perhaps been consuming.
Oh, okay. Well, drink responsibly, people.
Yeah.
We can't do that for you. But anyway, special thanks to our food sponsors, Uncle Bud's, Pig and Pie Catering, and Nash Dogs, all here today. Special thanks to Southern Trophy House for providing awards and apparel that did not go to me. Special thanks to our beverage sponsors, Coca-Cola, Milagro Tequila, among others. We'll continue to roll through that list. Special thanks to our prize sponsors as well, Atlanta Braves, Tennessee Titans, Nashville SC, among others. So what are you watching now? You all in the World Cup? That United States performance, 4-1 win with 3 goals in the first half, 3-0 lead at the break was absolutely amazing. I'm not a soccer guy, so I didn't know all of the analytics and the roster and all those things. I just know all the jokes that are always said about United States soccer. And then I watched that first half, and I was like, we watched it over at Babs' house on Friday night, as a matter of fact, as we were getting ready for the 6-year-old party. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Nashville SC, they are an unbelievably talented and well-coached team. So that could get you. Major League Baseball will get some of y'all. College World Series going on right now as well. 615-737-1045. But one question we are asking, how confident are you in Cam Ward as we sit here in offseason number 2? Before we get too involved in training camp and all of those things, how confident are you? We're taking a little temperature right now. 615-737-1045.
Caleb Williams, another great example, by the way. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Year 1, similar, struggled, better in year 2. New staff, all of that. Not as big of a, obviously, example from a quarterback standpoint, but because we're going back to guys that started slow and then have had successful careers. You're not there. You don't know if Caleb Williams is going to have this successful career yet or not.
How big a family are geese? Like,
oh my gosh,
when they're traveling together.
Oh, look, squirrel.
I mean, there's like 30 of them trying to cross the street over there.
Yeah, they're little.
Those are ducks? Oh, okay. So how big is a duck family? Or do they like?
Oh, Kirby.
Do they get together?
Kirby Allen Kirby is like, I know.
Do they get together and join families and travel around and walk around golf courses?
They do in herds. I mean, or flocks, as it would be. But this morning there was probably
Kirby Allen Kirby knows
100 of them
most
out here.
useless information.
I just saw
Shortly
it.
after daylight, they all migrated from this pond here.
All ducks.
All ducks. No
There they
geese
go.
in sight. Oh, there's chipmunk, buddy, right there in the sun. Anyway, they come over here, eat bugs all up, eat all the bugs and stuff.
See them, Babs?
Off of these practice greens.
Through the trees?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of them.
And then they head down that way. I've got pictures of all of them.
Yeah, but is it one family or is it like
it's multiple.
several
It's
families?
multiples. And you can tell which the Drake is because he's out there separating the other guys from his little.
Well, is it one male duck that has
No,
like a
there's
harem
multiple.
of women ducks?
Well, most Drakes will have more than one.
Wives?
Yeah. Does he have sister wives,
paramour,
Kirby?
A paramour, if you will.
Paramour.
He'll have several of them, and they make sure that the other Drakes stay on their side of the group or whatever. But then around 9, the
like
geese
Abraham.
started migrating in from this side of the lake, and they're rude.
Will ducks fight geese?
No.
Oh, geese are mean.
But
Geese
geese
are
are mean. I tried to talk AJ into sneaking down here and getting some of a couple of geese with about 4 geeslings.
Oh, no.
Because I figured he's too young to know what's going to go on. I'm like, yeah, just go to the end of the wall.
They're protecting the little one.
Oh yeah, that would have ran him
They
clear
hit.
up here to the. It was gonna. I was gonna be so entertained, but he didn't take the bait.
Yeah, Matt Murphy got too close to him, and they started hissing at him and stuff.
Hey, Kent Harris, you know him. He got ran off a tee box at
Kent
Ted
Harris.
Rhodes. That she would not let him up there to hit a ball.
Kent Harris has the best voice.
Oh, he's
radio
he's way down
He's
here
just
like
incredible.
this.
All right, Kirby, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
615-737-1045. We do have some Steve Sarkisian audio that we're going to incorporate into the discussion in just a little bit. He was talking about maybe Patrick Mahomes should play college football. That's coming up in just a little bit. Bobby is next up on 3HL. Bobby, how confident are you in Cam Ward 1 to 10? Hello, Bobby.
Hello?
Got you.
Hey, we got you now.
Bobby?
Get off the
Yeah.
car phone.
Bobby. Hey, buddy.
You are you're live on air.
I'm dropping off.
Okay, let's put Bobby on
Put
hold.
him on hold. I think he's dropping some.
Let's go to Chauncey next up on 3HL. Chauncey, what's up, man?
Hey, good afternoon. How you guys doing?
Hey, how are you?
You got a
I'm
good
doing
voice,
pretty well.
Chauncey.
Hey, thank you.
It's like a radio.
So,
I mean, this is he could have our job.
Yeah, well, like overnight R&B.
Yes. What is it? The love.
What do we call it? The Quiet Storm.
Quiet storm. Yeah.
Quiet storm.
There you go, Chauncey.
Oh, listen to that.
I love it.
So good.
Booster station.
So 1 to 10, where are you as we sit here right now with Cam Ward in terms of your confidence level?
Right now, my confidence level is a 6, and I'm going to preface this by saying as a lifelong Oilers/Titans fan,
Yeah.
I'm going to say something that may be a little controversial, but I never thought Steve McNair was all that good, especially during practice.
Yeah, that
But
is
he was a
controversial.
gamer. No, I'm saying he was a gamer when the game was on the line, but like stat-wise, he never put it up. And this is kind of what I see with Cam. I think when the game's on the line, he'll be able to put it up, but he may not be the guy to come out and kind of go 22 for 23 like McNair did when he set that record, that completion record. One thing that I do want to note that I hadn't heard many people ever really touch on is everybody wants to talk about the layups that Cam misses, but I want to talk about the dimes that he hits people right in stride, and Calvin Ridley and the replacements used to let him down all season. And so what would his completion percentage look like if that was the case? Or there were times when the route tree would be wide open, but the offensive line just didn't protect. And so I don't have as much concern about Cam because a rising tide floats all boats. So with better coaching and marrying the offensive line protections with the pass route concepts, which seemed to be off even though we had OLJ allegedly it never panned out.
We had to rip that title from.
Yeah, that one didn't work out well for us.
Yeah, but those blocking schemes never seem to work. I saw plenty of times where Callahan schemed up guys running wide open, but the blocking didn't hold up, or the blocking was there and Cam hit someone in stride, and because they were just above replacement level wide receivers. I mean, not to discount them, they're phenomenal for even making it to the league, but they weren't the playmakers that would hold on to some of those contested catches. What would his completion percentage and what would his confidence level look like if he was able to kind of catch a stride instead of always playing from behind the sticks because someone missed an easy one that he threw to them?
I think you make fair points for sure. And, I mean, again, I'll go back to 3 of the top 4 receivers were rookies, and so, like, when those are your targets, you're going to have routes that aren't run correctly. Like, that's something we haven't even talked about. Or you're going to have drop passes and things like that. I think you make fair points, Chauncey.
Yes, my apologies. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but that's kind of what I saw is, like, the guys, they were just fine last year, but it's a reason why they're pushed down the depth chart this year with Rid coming back and with Wandale brought in, and then you're drafting a clear number 1 or a 1B, or he can be a number 2 this year while someone else operates as the number 1 and elevate next year when it's time to be. But those guys just didn't give Cam a lot of help early either.
Mm-hmm. You're right. So, Chauncey, to your point, and thanks for the call. Please call back in more often.
Yeah.
Like, that was
appreciate you.
That was a great call. You have an awesome voice. All the things.
Well, and I said early on, and I know you want to make a point, but to his point about McNair, I said early on, this is not fair. It is not something that we need to put on this dude this early, but that's who you reminded me of early.
Yeah.
And I remember saying that, and Steve was good in terms of statistically throwing the football with Mike Heimerdinger as his offensive coordinator, and he was co-MVP in 2003. But that is kind of what I see with Cam. I hate to say that loudly, but
pull the teammates up around you kind of thing. Yeah.
That just kind of leader. Now he's different, and Steve was very quiet, but
right. Cam is not.
Cam is not. Cam will get in your face, and Steve would do it if he. And former players with
Steve
McNair
would take a nap before games.
Yeah, and people would say, "Look, if he said something, you knew to listen."
You better.
I'm sorry, I got in the way of your point there.
No, I was gonna to Chauncey's point that I guess isn't talked about often too. The drops. So 22 total drops for the Titans last season. They were 18th in the league with a 4.1% drop percentage. So to his point, yes, the drops were an issue last year as well. Now, it's sometimes when you calculate those, like, was that on the quarterback in the throw? Was that the receiver's fault in the drop and whatever else? But regardless, 22 total passes dropped, and that's 18th in the league. By the way, the Jags were the worst in drops, 8%.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a high number.
The team drop percentage.
I would like to,
all together.
Like, if we ran into Callahan, one of the first things I would ask him would be like, and I know this is kind of a detailed question that would hit him out of nowhere, but like, how often were the receivers where they were supposed to be? How often was the 8-yard dig route run at 8 yards?
Right.
Was it run at 10 yards? Was it run at 6 yards? Like how often was he dealing with those kinds of things as well?
There was a lot of inconsistency on every single facet offensively.
615-737-1045, always the number. We'll get back into this as we roll through today's show, kind of the topic for the day as we broadcast live from the Zone 2026 Golf Classic presented by Ferguson. When we come back, Chris Lowe will join us from on3.com. We'll talk some college football next. 3HL 1045, The Zone.
Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. If you need new windows and new doors, now is a great time to do it. Pella is the best. I had them replace our windows. I had them replace our windows and doors in our rental property and in our home because our windows were warped because of sun exposure on the backside of the house. So a couple summers ago, I would have all these little bugs crawling in through my windows, like tiny bugs, and you could feel the heat coming in through those windows. And so I was like, I don't want to do it, but I've got to replace these windows. And so I did all the research. I went through every single company that you could imagine around here. And Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville was my absolute favorite and was the better price, too. You can schedule a free consultation, find out about that pricing easily online. And when you do it, tell them to make sure your pricing includes the Dawn deal, which changes every month. And for the month of June, you got, half a month left to get in on the June Dawn deal. We'll have another one in July, too. Don't worry. No payments, no interest for 24 months, 2 full years for your windows, and then free Pella certified installations. That's the Dawn deal for June. Give them a call. Schedule your free consultation. Do it online. PellaNashville.com.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Britt Doherty, Don Davenport with you. Ron Slay celebrating his anniversary. Happy anniversary to him and Chris. And he'll be back tomorrow. 104.5 The Zone's 2026 Golf Classic presented by Ferguson. Bob is putting balls for the first time in his life.
Oh, my gosh.
I got my putter out during the break, and I was putting balls. He's like, I've never putted balls before, ever. He did say he swung a golf club, though.
Dude, he's doing a lot of firsts this year.
Yeah, he's never been swimming. He'd never been to Nigeria, the motherland. So he went back and he saw his grandmother, and she had 10 of her 12 grandchildren. And I said, boy, that was an emotional
the coolest
thing.
Picture.
Yeah. And he said, yeah, she was really emotional. Now Kirby is trying to instruct Bob on how to putt.
Poor Bob.
Special thanks to our beverage sponsors, Hendrick's Gin, Reka Vodka, Sailor Jerry Spice Rum, among others. Special thanks to our prize sponsors, Tennessee Athletics, Nashville Predators, Live Nation, and Club Champion. Chris Lowe joins us now, as he does every Monday, from on3.com. Chris, what's up? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great, guys. Dawn, you got baby Babs into golf yet?
I do.
Actually.
As a matter of fact, CeeLo, do you know how many unused women's golf scholarships there are in college? Although those might be going away thanks to NIL. But, yes, so she had her first golf camp a couple of weeks ago, CeeLo, up at Governor's Club, and she loved it, and she's all in, and so I'm fingers crossed that she's got a pretty good swing, CeeLo. It's not bad.
Wow, I bet her short game will be excellent. Soft hands.
Yeah.
I just can already see it. So I can just see it. I don't know, 12 years from now, 14, she's on the tour, watching her every Sunday. I'll be sitting to the coast watching baby Babs.
Oh, my
Just
gosh.
burning up golf courses.
I love it. That would be awesome. Although her patience is about like her mom, so.
Chris, who are some of the better golfers in the SEC coaching ranks? I mean, is it Steve Spurrier than everybody else? Like, where are we with that?
Do you know who was really good? I'll tell you who was really, really good was Bobby Johnson.
Bobby Johnson was good.
Oh, yeah. I played with him before.
No curse words.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he was excellent. I think Bobby made at least one. I think he had a couple hole-in-ones in his career, in his life.
Oh, man.
Which, I mean, people make hole-in-ones, obviously, that aren't great, but he was really good. I'm trying to think who else was really good. You know, Spurrier was pretty good back when he was younger.
Spurrier was always trying to talk trash to people about golf. Like,
yep.
we would go to the SEC spring meetings, and he'd be running his mouth about, because they would have a big golf outing. And so, like, before and after that, he was running his mouth pretty good.
Yeah, but, a lot of those guys play. They don't play as much anymore, or they don't admit they play. They're afraid to admit that they play.
What about Hugh Freeze?
Yeah, except for Hugh. And look what
Hugh was pretty good.
Him.
Yeah, Hugh's pretty good. Is a pretty good golfer too. But those guys, other than Spurrier didn't care. I mean, remember Ellis Johnson telling me sometimes they'd show up for spring practice and, yeah, boys, we're going to play golf today. Or like meetings before they're supposed to. But he didn't care. And Steve really didn't care. A lot of fired coaches sit around and brag about how much they worked.
Do you remember? There was a David Lamb was a radio guy, well known throughout the Southeast.
Spurrier called him Lamb Chop.
Spurrier called him Lamb Chop, and he was playing Lamb Chop. He'd make a putt everything out. Like I remember hearing a story from David Lamb, huge personality, and he would talk about some 2-foot putt that Steve made him putt and he missed it, and I mean he never let Lamb Chops hear the end of it.
Oh, listen, if you play golf with HBC, you put it out. I don't care if it was inside a foot.
Yep.
You were putting it out. Because rarely, we passed the statute of limitations. Rarely did you ever play golf with the head HBC that there wasn't a little bit of money on the line. I guess that's sort of a no-no now. But
it didn't even matter how much. I mean, it might have been a $5.
No, it never was a lot. But no, it just in his mind, it just sort of spiced up the competition.
Oh, yeah. That's how my husband is.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just played with her husband today. He's really, really good. Much better than me, which needed to not be said. Chris Lowe joins us from on3.com. So much going on. And, Chris, I want to play a little audio from Kay Adams' podcast, Cup of Adams. What's the name of that podcast?
I don't remember.
Cup and Adams?
Up and Adams.
Up and Adams.
Or something?
Yeah, Up and Adams.
Yeah.
Anyway, she had Steve Sarkisian on. He said this.
How that came about, okay, and again, I probably could have said it better. I was talking about the inequities in college football. And one of the inequities in college football, which we touched on earlier, is strength of schedule and who your opponents are, and then the toll it takes on your team as you get ready for the playoffs. And, that comment came out about, it's one thing to play in another conference. It's another, who are you scheduling in your non-conference, and then ultimately getting into the playoffs. And so as I was at a somewhat of a donor function, I was addressing it in a way, trying to be lighthearted, not thinking it would catch the wildfire the way that it did. But in reality, that's kind of how I feel. It's like, I know what our schedule looks like, and I know it's probably, if not the hardest, one of the most difficult schedules in the country. On the same note, Texas Tech's got a really good football team. It was not a knock at Texas Tech. It was more looking at the schedule that they're playing. And I think people took it the wrong way, like I was trying to attack Tech's quality of the team they have. That wasn't. It was about their opponents. And really, their opponents should have been the ones that were trying to get mad at me, not Tech. But hey, to each their own. Sometimes you hurt people's feelings. That's okay. We're all big boys. We're going to be all right.
So they'll be on the schedule 20 to 30?
Well, we got to have to adjust some of our current schedule right now. It all sounds good. Joey was great about it. I thought I wouldn't expect anything less from his response about changing our openers. How about we change our second game of the season, and maybe we get something to talk about.
I love it. Let me know if me and Patrick Mahomes can help. We can get in there, barter, negotiate, figure it out.
The way these injunctions are going, Pat Mahomes might be playing quarterback for Texas Tech again before Joey's done.
I mean, he's having fun, and it is donor function season for sure. But, you've got to assume everything you say is going to go viral, right? Yep.
Yeah, and Sark was on a roll. I saw some of that clip earlier. He was on a roll today, but there's you're right, and of course, going back to HBC, he made talking season what it is. I mean, he was a star at those donor events. That's where all his Citrus Bowl jokes, and Peyton Manning wants to be the first 5-time winner of the Citrus Bowl, that kind of stuff. All that was from him on all these donor events in the summer. Yeah, people get bored. They want to hear you. Few jokes. Come up with a few jokes, but I don't have a problem with it. It's I thought his line about Mahomes is pretty funny. I gave him credit on that. It was pretty original, but he is right. The schedules have never been equal, and I think I can always remember Roy Kramer talking about college football, that it was never going to be apples to apples from year to year, from decade to decade, from conference to conference, even within conferences. And Sark is right. Texas' schedule this year is brutal. I mean, they played Ohio State week 2 in Austin.
Yeah, that's kind of what he was joking about with week 2. Maybe we could change that game.
Hey, but you know what? Go look at Oklahoma's schedule. Oklahoma's schedule is brutal. See, I thought the first year they were in the league that Oklahoma's schedule was much tougher than Texas's. It sort of evens out this year because Texas has a really hard schedule. And Oklahoma plays at Michigan in week 2. And then they've got some tough games. But every year, Missouri's schedule gets harder. I thought Missouri's schedule the last 2 or 3 years was not as hard. It starts to get harder. So, from year to year, it changes a little bit. And I always use this as an example. And now it's going to change because we're going to 9 games. And I think, again, I know there's a lot of gnashing of teeth from fans and coaches about that. Will the SEC be penalized come selection time? I think they should have done that a long time ago because there's just too many instances where teams aren't playing other teams, and you're supposed to be in the same conference. Georgia, as I always say, has not played at Texas A&M since Texas A&M came in the league, which was 2012. That's just not representative of a conference. If you're in the same conference, you got to play every once in a while, right?
Yeah.
And so that to me is, I like the fact they're going to 9 games. I hope that the SEC gets credit for it because I do agree with Sark. I think the grind of the SEC is much harder than the grind of the ACC or the Big 12. Now, I think the Big 10 has made up ground. I do think the Big 10 at the top is as good, if not stronger, than the SEC. I think the SEC has gotten better in the middle part down to, say, teams 9 and 10. I don't know that the Big 10 is quite that deep. But I think that you line up the top 4 or 5 in the Big Ten, and they've proven this over the last few years. They're as good, if not better, than the SEC. And for all the talk about schedule strength and grind and balance and depth, well, SEC's got to go start winning some games that count in the postseason.
That's exactly right. In the Big Ten, obviously with 18 teams instead of 16, so when they have a 9-game conference schedule, there are 9 teams, 10 teams that you don't play, whereas the SEC is set up a little differently. When you mentioned the Oklahoma schedule, Chris, I pulled it up, and they've got UTEP then at Michigan. So that week 2, it's Texas and Ohio State, Oklahoma at Michigan. That's pretty damn good. Oklahoma then has New Mexico at Georgia, Texas, and the Red River Shootout, or whatever they call it now, rivalry. Kentucky at Mississippi State, which Mississippi State took Tennessee and Texas both to overtime last year at home. Kamario Taylor back at quarterback. People might be sleeping on Jeff Lebby and his crew. South Carolina at Florida, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, and at Missouri.
They've got a tough schedule.
That's tough, yeah.
And what's crazy, sticking on Oklahoma here for a minute, I think this has got a chance to be Brent's best team there. His best, most talented, deeper. I think Mateer was not really ever healthy after he hurt his wrist early last year. If he's healthy this year, that defense, they returned some key guys on defense. They got a chance to be really good. But their schedule, and this is when you start looking at conference races, and we're going to do something next week on 3 on – we're going to rank playoff contenders from different tiers. And to me, that's a different exercise in saying who are the best 16 teams. Because then you got to look at schedules. You look at how teams close the season. Do you have a tough November? Do you have a stretch in there where you're playing tough teams? Let's say you have 3 games on the road in 4 weeks, or 2 in 4 weeks, and they're really tough games. That, to me, all plays into how a team's going to finish, the chances you have to make the postseason, that kind of thing. So to me, if you're going to do that, you've got to look hard at the schedules. And I think depth comes into it too. It really does. Can you withstand some injuries? If you lose your left tackle, if you lose your best corner, look at Tennessee last year. They lost, before the season ever started, they lost a pro corner in McCoy. And then you had the other kid who got hurt early. So you just never know how that's going to shake out once you get into the season. And the teams that have recruited and developed the best and have been able to plug holes now in the portal and get deeper are the ones that typically have the best chance to get to the postseason.
Well, and I feel like that's one of the major differences we see in these teams now, too, CeeLo, with the portal, with NIL and all that, is that your depth goes away. Your quality depth goes away. Because
look at Ole Miss. Look at Ole Miss last year. They lose their star. If you'd have told somebody last year before the season that their quarterback, now he came back later in the year and was healthy. I'm talking about Austin Simmons, who's now at Missouri. But if you just said, hey, he's going to go down early and he's going to be out for a while, and they're going to have to play this kid from Ferris State, the kid from Ferris State, nobody even knew his name. And obviously he comes in and just kicks everybody's rear end and plays lights out. And for my money, going into this season, he's the best quarterback in the league. Now, I'm not saying he's the top pro press prospect, but if you said, who would you take right now to go into this season of college football in the SEC, I would take Trinidad Chambliss. But to your point, Don, you're right. You never know, especially when you're bringing in new guys like that, how it's all going to shake out. But you got to be, and to Lane's credit and Charlie Weiss's credit and Joe Judge, the staff that found that guy, they went out and got him. And they had a number 2 who was ready to go at quarterback.
So one of the things we talked about last week was Trinidad Chambliss. And what do you expect from him, in terms of another year of maturity, but also in Lane Kiffin does a great job with quarterbacks. So what do you expect from Trinidad Chambliss with regard to that change in system, if there is one?
Yeah, I don't think that John David Baker comes in. I don't think the system's going to be a lot different from what they did last year. You know who I think? I think Trinidad will miss Charlie Weiss Jr. the most. And I'm not dissing Lane, okay, but Charlie Weiss Jr. is the guy there on offense. He called the plays. He's the one.
Yes, he did. That's right.
Did most of the game plan. Now, Lane obviously was very involved. I think Charlie Weiss was really good last year as Trinidad started to progress as the season went on. on keeping him dialed in and doing the things he does best. Now, it was very important for Ole Miss to keep Joe Judge there as the quarterback's coach, and he and Trinidad are very close. They were close last year. I think that was had he left, then I don't know that Trinidad would still be there. So I think that helps. And Trinidad's, even though Pete's a defensive guy, I think having him back, just that whole that continuity, having your head coach was there when you went through the playoff. But no, I think he'll only be better. He's got Lacey with him back. I think that's the best quarterback running back combo in college football. I mean, name me one that's better. And I think the defense, in my time with Pete Golding, he thinks they'll be deeper and better than they were even 2 years ago.
Yeah,
when they led the country in scoring defense. Yeah, so if they're that good on defense, as good as he thinks they're going to be, then you're not going to have to score 38 points every game to win.
So
it feels like, just real quick, it feels like the players love Pete. Do you feel that?
Yes.
Do they respond to him?
Yes.
Yeah.
They do. And that's why there was really no panic last year, as chaotic as it was. And Lane trying to hang on and coach, and then, it happened, bam, he's on the plane. I think the players right then were already on board. They all call him PG with Pete Golding, because they knew that he was there, he wanted to be there, had been a strong presence there in that building for a couple of years. So, yes, and I think people say, well, how good a coach, or how do the players respond? Well, to me, you tell that by how they play on the field. Do they play hard? Do they play smart? Are they resilient when things go against them? Do they bounce back? And in the playoff last year, they did all those things and was, a player or two away from playing potentially for the national title. I do think it'll be harder this year. They're not going to sneak up on anybody. It will be harder for them to sort of get back and duplicate what they did last year. They will miss Lane. I don't care what Ole Miss fans say. They will miss his presence. And, he had a swag about him that his teams played to. But they certainly have a ton of confidence in Pete Golding and his ability to lead that football team. I think it's going to be one of the fascinating stories this year is, can Ole Miss build on what they did last year? And week 3, we start to get answers, man. What's going to be just absolute bedlam.
Well, it's
Hemingway.
It's amazing to think about, that game, because LSU at Ole Miss is at night on ABC, which is going to be unbelievable. But you mentioned Charlie Weiss Jr. going down to LSU. So what does that combo, Charlie Weiss Jr. and Lane Kiffin, do for Sam Leavitt? Like, how much better can they make him?
I mean, that's good. That's good for Sam Leavitt. Now, I think my question with Leavitt is, how healthy will he be? He had that Liz Frank fracture last year. He had major surgery, came back and cleaned it up again this spring. He hasn't really done a whole lot. I don't know how much he's doing this summer, but he didn't do really much of anything in the spring. So he hasn't played football for a while. And when you take a long break as a quarterback and you have that foot, Liz Frank is a foot deal, and part of his game is moving around and making plays. And Lane said he's thinks he's going to be ready to go to start the season. I think he probably will, but how healthy is he, and is that something that becomes an issue during the season? I think the continuity in their offensive line is going to be worth watching. They brought in some new guys. They weren't very good in their offensive line last year. But you also see this about Lane's offenses at Ole Miss. They never were dominant in their offensive line at Ole Miss, I didn't think. They were good. They weren't dominant, but, man, they still found ways to move the football and score points.
Chris Lowe on 3.com, a great piece with the Clemson head football coach. I know that's gotten a lot of traction over the internet. I felt like Dabo really opened up to you, Chris.
Yeah, well, it had nothing to do with me. Dabo wrote the story. I know you have a hard time believing that. Dabo he sit down. I was kidding his AD Graham Neff. I went to see him after I talked to Dabo. He said, "How's Dabo?" I said, "He's great." I said, "We spent about an hour together, and I think I asked 5 questions." And Dabo just goes, man. And some people have a little bit of a Dabo fatigue, or they don't agree with what he says, or thinks he talks too much. And sometimes he does get a little bit of what I would call diarrhea of the mouth, and starts to get a little preachy. But I find it refreshing that he's not afraid to say what he believes. And he's not going to stand behind coach speak. You ask coaches a lot of times now, what do you think about this issue in college football or the playoff or where the sport's headed? He'll give you an answer.
Yeah.
And as a media guy, I mean, I like that. I don't agree with everything he says. A lot of things he says I do agree with. And, he's another one. That's another storyline this year. Can he bounce back from what was, I guess, the second worst season of his career, going all the way back to his year number 2? And can he prove in this era of NIL and portal that they could still be, elite? And now don't tell him, don't dare say, hey, are you guys still a program to last? Because you'll still be listening to him 25 minutes later. But can they win a national championship? Can they get to the national championship game? Can they get to the playoff and make a deep run? They got there 2 years ago.
Yeah.
After winning the ACC championship, and people forget that. But last year, the bottom fell out, and I think this year a lot of eyes are going to be on him and that program to see if they can get back to, being a playoff team that has a chance. I think there's some holes. I wonder about the offensive line. I think when it's all said and done, they may end up playing the freshman quarterback, Tate Reynolds, before the season ends. But he's a pretty confident dude, and he has been pretty resilient his whole life.
Chris Lowe on 3.com every Monday on 3HL. Thank you, Chris. Great stuff, man. Hope you had a great weekend, and we'll talk with you next week.
Okay. See you guys.
Thanks,
at CeeLo FB. When we come back, more frivolity and hijinks. 615-737-1045. 3HL broadcasting live. Watching Kirby try to teach people how to putt that have never putted before is high-quality entertainment for us.
Good.
1045 The Zone's 2026 Golf Classic, presented by Ferguson today at Nashville Golf and Athletic Club. More 3HL next on 1045 The Zone. The Big 12 board meeting has concluded. No action has been taken, which is not a surprise, according to Pat Forty writing this piece. The league did issue a statement, which we will read to you when we come back. 615-737-1045. eSpaces.com. Check those guys out when you get a second. Maybe you're a startup, an entrepreneur, growing a small business. Finding the right workspace should not mean settling for a noisy cookie-cutter co-working space. Your business deserves better. Welcome to eSpaces. They are not just another shared desk. They are your premier professional office solution. Whether you are a solo entrepreneur or a team of 20, they are dedicated to helping you find the perfect fit for your business to thrive. But what truly sets them apart? John Pirtle and his crew, proudly locally owned and operated. eSpaces.com. You can book your tour today. That's eSpaces.com. They have private offices, team suites, meeting rooms that are fully equipped, 24/7 access, flexible terms, beautiful professional spaces that are move-in ready. Whether you're scaling up or just getting started, eSpaces will help you out. eSpaces.com. Tours available now. You can see all 15 Middle Tennessee locations online right there. eSpaces.com. Again, that's eSpaces.com.
What's happening, good people? I got to inform you, I got my partners with me. Who? You may be asking. Well, that's Mid-10 Forward, man. I'm telling you right now, you got to tap in. Tap into Mid-10 Forward, and I'm telling you, a Nashville staple right here in Middle Tennessee, been serving Middle Tennessee for more than 56 years. And one thing became obvious. As soon as you step inside the door, you're going to feel like me. They're not just selling vehicles. They're building relationships. And I know you think a lot of big trucks in there when you ride by Mid-10 Forward. No, they're selling retail as well. Let me tell you about the family dynamic. 4 generations of family working there, and they treat customers like their family. That's why so many of their customers have been coming back generation after generation. What I really appreciate is the low-pressure approach. There's no gimmicks. There's no pushy sales tactics like they're trying to force you to go get anything. That's not what it is. If you need service, Mid-10 Ford, they got you covered. They're a one-stop shop with sales, servicing, financing, and even a body shop. That makes it real easy. Stop by Mid-10 Ford at 1319 Foster Avenue. Call 615-949-2737. Visit mid10fordtrucks.com or follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Mid-10 Ford, where trust comes from first.
HL 104.5 The Zone. Britt Doherty, Don Davenport with you. Slay Dog will be back tomorrow, broadcasting live from the front porch at Nashville Golf and Athletic Club.
What a beautiful day. Just gorgeous.
Beautiful
You're
day in the
allowed
Music
to say
City.
beautiful day in the Music City today.
Definitely true. Kirby's teaching everybody how to play golf, how to putt, I guess. Both of his pupils are wearing jeans, which is interesting.
Yeah, that's not ideal on a golf course.
He's
Bob's got
defending.
some khakis on.
Yeah, Bob does have khakis.
The other ones are jeans.
So The Big 12 board meeting has concluded.
This is interesting, huh?
No action was taken, which is not a surprise. This is from Pat Forty. The league did issue a statement from the Big 12 Board of Directors last night. The Big 12 filed a legal complaint asking a federal court to protect the constitutional and contractual rights of the conference and our member institutions to take actions expressly permitted under our bylaws. The Big 12 has long spoken out about the dangers of sports wagering by student athletes and remains committed to protecting the competitive integrity of conference competition. Universities should not field players who have bet on their own teams' games in college athletics. The situation is evolving with pending legal matters and the upcoming start of the football season, and the conference hopes for a timely resolution of these issues. The board continues to keep all options on the table. This is an incredible fight. So this is the conference itself talking about one of its member institutions. And the way that I read that one time through is they are imploring one of their member institutions to do the right thing and to take action themselves, because the legal activity and the legal process will drag on and potentially allow Sorsby to play, which is kind of where we sit right now.
That's where we are.
I would be shocked if he played college football this year.
You think the pressure is going to be too much?
Yeah, and I just think there are, I don't know, too many things that can happen that would ultimately lead Texas Tech into the correct decision, which is don't play him. But I also get what they're saying, too. Like, on their end, I mean, listen, maybe I shouldn't say it that way. Maybe I don't understand what they're saying. But I do get the fact that they've paid the player $6.5 million or whatever it is. And so they want that player on the field.
Yeah.
So I get it. But they're hiding behind his need of counseling and all of these other things that they keep bringing up to
the fact that he has a problem.
Yeah, to try to make us feel sorry for the player. And I get it. Like, get him help, allow him to get help and all of those things, but don't play him. I mean, there are consequences to your actions, right?
Can I ask you this?
Yeah.
If he did not bet on Indiana when he was on the roster, would you feel differently about him?
If he didn't bet on his team, which is what you asked, yes. If he
Even
did
if
not
he bet on
college
football,
no, I would have the same opinion.
Even if it was college football, but not his team.
That's his sport. I'd probably have a problem with him betting on college basketball too. Like, just anything collegiate as a college athlete.
Yeah.
Where are you with it?
I think I would be okay with it if he didn't bet on his team. I know what the rule is, but I'm saying, let me rephrase it. I would be more okay with it if there were instances of him betting on his own team while he was on the roster. I don't care that he didn't play. Doesn't matter. You're privy to inside information. You know what goes on in practice. You know who's injured, who's not. That is integrity of the sport. How many times do we talk about it, right? If he never bet on his actual own team where he's on the roster, like, I'd be more okay with this ruling or him playing. I'm you know what I mean?
Yeah, and people have very different opinions about this, and very strong opinions.
I mean, Todd
about this, and
Furman has a very strong opinion about it.
As a former
and
college
he makes
athlete,
a living off of this.
Yes, as a former college athlete who told on our show that he bet on college games and was suspended longer than Sorsby, and he was a Division III goalie. So ultimately, like, he quit playing collegiate sports so he could do the job that he does, and and he moved to Vegas and all those things. And he started setting point spreads at Caesars, and then just kind of went from there. But that's his course, and you're right, he has a strong opinion about it. 615-737-1045, 3HL broadcasting live from the 2026 Zone Golf Classic presented by Ferguson today at Nashville Golf and Athletic Club. We've got the 5 o'clock hour coming up. If you want in, again, the question of the day, how confident are you in Cam Ward 1 to 10 as we sit here in his second offseason? 615-737-1045.
What's happening, y'all? You need to lock in with the Joint Chiropractic. I know you're probably thinking like, wow, I'm all right, but you never know that opportunity that's going to come up, and you're going to be put in a high-pressure situation, and your body may not be able to react the way you want it to, and boom, your back's locked up. Now, what you going to do? You going to sit around, wait on some witch doctor or something to come help you out, or you going to go to the people that get you professional help, the real MVPs. That is thejoint.com. Get over there. Go check them out. They got 17 locations all across Middle Tennessee. I've been there. I'm telling you, it's like walking in there and all of a sudden getting your tires aligned if you got an automobile, or you get no oil change. It just gets you right. A little quick treatment, 15, 20 minutes, and boom, you're back out. You get a consultation, exam, and an adjustment for $29. And the adjustment start as low as $21. So whatever's keeping you from moving like you want, the Joint's got your back. Literally. Get on it. It's up to you. They got all these locations waiting on you. Tell them Big Slate sent you. And guess what? TheJoint.com.
Good afternoon, live from the Circus Sports at the Mint Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Ross Johnston. We have two new champions in the major sports, starting with the New York Knicks, who defeated the Spurs on Saturday to win their fifth ever NBA Finals and first since 1973. The Knicks won the series in 5 games, and Jalen Brunson was named Finals MVP. In the NHL, it was the Carolina Hurricanes taking home the Stanley Cup in 6 games over the Vegas Golden Knights to win their second ever title and first since 2005. Hurricanes captain Jordan Stahl won the Conn Smythe Trophy and is the oldest player in NHL history to do so. Lastly, in World Cup action this past Friday, the United States won their first game of group play, defeating Paraguay 4-1 to start off hot. The U.S. will face Australia this Friday for their second game of group play. For all your foundation repair and your waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans of Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone, Monday edition. It is a beautiful day in the Music City. Hope you're having a great Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. Brent Doherty with you, and Dawn Davenport is here, y'all.
What up? Oh, God, that was so loud. I'm sorry.
I mean, you screamed through the golf course.
Let's go. Happy Monday, everybody. Gorgeous day. It's almost chilly. It's 79 degrees out here.
Almost chilly.
And we're in the shade. It's only 79.
We have plenty of flora and fauna surrounding us. I realized during the break that I hurt my elbow, my left elbow, for some reason, playing golf today.
What do you mean you just realized?
Remember when I pulled a muscle in my butt the other day when we played like 5 holes?
Yep.
Did what?
Yeah, I pulled a muscle in my butt, Ross. It was a tough couple weeks.
He also did not stretch.
Yeah, it's tough when you have a pulled muscle in your butt because like you really want to massage it, but it looks kind of funny.
This really happened.
But I did do something to my elbow, and I don't know if I tore my UCL, like I need Tommy John surgery.
Okay, that's a little dramatic.
And my
just
left,
figured it out.
And I'm right-handed, but it's in my left arm. So, yeah, that tells you everything you need to know about my golf swing. But we ended up with a 6.
How does that even happen?
Well, Kirby Allen Kirby asked
me. Ball.
Well, Kirby Allen Kirby asked me, did I hit a tree or something? And I'm like, no, there wasn't an obstruction.
There was no roots to hit out of?
I hit bad today, but not that bad.
Okay.
Badly, I should say. Yeah, I don't know. When you reach a certain age, Babsy, things start to fail you.
Hey, listen. I couldn't even walk after putting together a 6-year-old birthday party because I was so sore. How pathetic is that?
Kirby with an eye was sore yesterday, and she said, do you think Dawn is sore too? And I go, I don't know. Why don't you ask her?
Well, I was.
That made her feel so much better.
Yeah.
That you were. The misery of someone else.
That's right.
The agony of someone else.
Then you're like, okay, that means maybe we actually did do something physical enough to be sore if two of us are sore.
Y'all were rock stars. I was standing there watching you.
Yeah.
I got my legs hurt just from standing.
Yeah,
Travis, can you put together a tent? I was like, I go, how big's a tent? Is it like a tailgate tent? And
Nope.
you go, no, bigger. I go, well, it takes 4 people to do that. So I'm pretty sure Travis ain't putting that tent together by himself. Although I strategically got there Saturday morning right as he and Mike, your friend Casey, her husband, was finishing.
Yeah.
Right as I pulled up.
Mike came over at 9 a.m. to help put the tent up.
How about that?
And it was hilarious to listen to them. First of all, okay, here's a guy-girl conversation, right? So I told my husband I want to put this 10 by 20 like wedding tent up, basically. Yeah. And because in case it rains or if it's really hot, then people can be under it in the shade, right? Because my backyard is all sun, all of it. And so he's like, no. That's like 5 million pieces. I can't do it by myself. It's going to take forever. This is the night before. And Mike, probably maybe both of them had a drink or two the night before. And so he's like, oh, I'll come over early in the morning and help you. And man, no problem. So 9 a.m., he rolls up there. They put that tent together. I walk outside when they first take it out of the box. There are at least 150 pieces. us, all laying on our putting green. And I come out and I go, oh, I didn't realize it was that many pieces.
I tried to tell you.
You would have thought that who knows what I said, but they just both gave me this stare like, I was like, I'm just going to get back inside now. Have fun, boys. Thank you.
Was not needed here.
So, but they did put it up, and then it was awesome. It was perfect. Cinderella was under it until the storms blew in. It was
after the party, though.
After the party, it was staked heavily into the ground.
I mean, Mike, we're sitting there watching the NBA game. As me, you, Mike, Casey, Kirby with an I,
Slay,
Morgan, Slay, all these people, and literally Mike goes, man, I can't believe that tent stayed up the whole day. And right as he finished that sentence, boom, gone. I mean, gone. Impaled into the fence.
To the fence.
Yeah.
It was not usable.
Right as
again.
he said that. Yeah, I forgot to follow up and see how big of a project that was.
That was quite a project on Sunday, too.
To throw it away.
Yep. It's actually still sitting in my driveway. Haven't taken it to the dump yet.
Oh, man. Fun day out here. 104.5 The Zone 2026 Golf Classic presented by Ferguson. If you didn't get to play, if you haven't played, make sure you sign up next time this rolls around. It's a fun event for sure. Special thanks to Ferguson, our presenting sponsor. Boswell Golf Carts, our co-sponsor. RTM Roofing, Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer. Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency and others. Uncle Bud's Pig and Pie. Pig and Pie's here now.
Oh, Pig and Pie's here.
They're here now,
I can't
setting
wait to go
up
in there.
For the dinner for the golfers that come through. They were supposed to tee off at 1 o'clock, but, we were a little slow in the 8 a.m. thing.
Shocker.
Also, we were playing, as I alluded to, with a six'em.
Why were y'all a six'em? Was there some miscommunication here?
Probably, but, it ended up playing well. We just did 3 against 3. And then, we were last, so.
Were y'all okay?
We were
so
fine.
y'all
there
were
was
not,
nobody behind us.
You weren't slowing anybody down.
Maybe we might have slowed the 1 o'clock shotgun start down.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
We're like, do you guys need these carts? That's everybody's lined up listening to announcements and we roll in.
That's great.
But we had a great time, and me and your husband and Matt Murphy played on the team, and we
You
lost.
played with Murph?
Yeah, we lost by 1 stroke.
How did Murph do?
He did okay.
Is he a decent golfer?
No, he's about like me.
Okay. For anybody listening, that's no.
Your husband was definitely the A player, Travis Harder. Special thanks to our prize sponsors, Atlanta Braves, Tennessee Titans, Nashville SC, among others, our beverage sponsors. Leapers Fork Distillery, who was right over there in the gazebo, Babs. We might have hit that a couple of times.
Okay, so they had a bottle of, what is it, whiskey?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that they were traveling, one of the foursomes is traveling around with.
They put a bottle in everybody's gift bag.
Oh, they did?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, I did not try it because, I'm a professional and I'm on air. So.
Well, I might have tried it 7 hours ago.
I know. You're good now. That's okay. Anyway,
Or
so
eight
they
hours
are doing, I didn't realize for, obviously this 4th of July is 250th and whatever. So they're doing at the Leapers Fork Distillery something like, so back in 1776, there were you paid a penny for a shot of whiskey. And so they're doing that.
Wow.
At their distillery.
They're opening one
for this
in,
event coming up. So
they're opening one in Nashville Yards, too.
By the way, don't totally take my word on that, but I think that's what was going on from my conversation.
Babs said I can get whiskey for a penny.
Yes. And I thought it was a great and very cool idea. And then I wanted to go Google 1776 and penny shots of whiskey. So anyway.
Miller Lite, Topo Chico Hard Seltzer.
I love that stuff.
That's rolling around here, too. I saw it. I didn't try it.
We tried it last year here.
There you go. I just saw this tweet come across my feed. On this day in 1958, Pizza Hut opened. Pizza Hut's been in the news, man. They're bringing back the restaurants, not just the delivery sites. They're going to do the restaurants like back in the day.
With the red plastic cups.
You might know them as banks now because banks typically bought those Pizza Hut buildings.
Isn't that weird?
They're all it's weird, but yeah, they all look the same. I'm very excited about it. But check this out. Babs, the name was chosen because their sign only had space for 8 letters. So after pizza, they had 3 letters left. Hut is what they came up with.
That's amazing.
The sign only had space for 8 letters, so Pizza Hut was born.
What a great, absolutely great story.
I love that. Actually,
You love
what did
stuff like
Darren
that.
Ravel tweet about it?
Oh, Darren Ravel, great story.
What a weird dude that
Thanks,
guy
Darren.
is. I like him, but he's a weird dude. We enjoy having
I
him
like
on the show.
Ravel.
Yeah.
He is. He's crazy.
He's fun to talk with. 615-737-1045 is the number. Again, kind of the topic of the day if you want to answer the question. We are just kind of trying to take temperature before we get too deep into football, training camp, all that stuff. So where are you with Cam Ward? A lot of talk about Cam Ward and his 3 bad practices last week. How confident are you in Cam Ward 1 to 10? 615-737-1045, 3HL 1045 The Zone. United Structural Systems, USSTN.com. 24 months. No interest financing options. Good now through the end of June. That's USSTN.com. Get peace of mind now and pay later. All that rain we had, there's lots of standing rain and bunkers actually here. And I lost the ball in a bunker. And Travis said, how did you hit water? A lot of y'all might be asking that about areas around your house. Well, they being USSTN.com, United Structural Systems, can reroute water away from your basements, your crawl space, your home with their interior drain systems and sump pumps with battery backups. When the ground swells from being oversaturated with all the water, it creates additional pressure on your foundation, many times leading to cracks. So not only is waterproofing important right now, but so is inspection of your foundation for any additional damage that water may have caused. Foundation repair, nothing to wait on. And now you don't have to. They are offering 24 months with no interest until the end of June. So fix it now and pay later. United Structural Systems, USSTN.com.
MedicalHouseCalls.com. This is healthcare designed for your life, for you. 7 days a week, you can get there. Get the good action. 615-838-2375. One more time for you. 615-838-2375. For those times that you do not want to go to urgent care, you don't want to go to see your primary health care doctor, like Babsy. You can just get them to come to your house. Call them, text them. Either one is going to get straight through to them, and they will assess what your needs are. They'll book your visit, and sometimes within minutes, but for sure, the next day, they'll be right there at your door to deliver straight to you that care that you need to get you back feeling right. Whether that is feeling fatigue, persistent illness, injury, difficulty focusing, whatever it may be, they got you. And understand that there's going to be that time where annual physicals take place. You're not going to want to go stand in those lines. They'll come to your door, get those kids knocked out for you. Have them ready for sports for the fall, people. All you got to do is call on medicalhousecalls.com.
3HL 104.5 The Zone.
There's a little
There's a delay.
half-second little delay.
Yeah, Babsy desperately wants to sing this song.
Oh, I want to sing it so bad.
Which you can.
I don't think that I am going to sing this one at karaoke night.
You don't.
I think I'm going to sing Ice Ice Baby.
104.5 The Zone, getting the band together for a special night of covering, well, music. Get ready to unleash your inner rock stars. 3HL presents our first karaoke night party at the Green Light Bar on June 24th. We're over off of 8th and kind of near Division-ish. But anyway,
Yes.
just look up the Green Light Bar and you'll get there. Join us for an unforgettable evening filled with music, laughter, and good vibes. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just love to sing, whenever, this is your chance to shine on stage along with our hosts. For more information, visit 1045thezone.com/events.
Or if you just want to come hang out, you can do that too.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
We will not make you get on stage, except for Mayor. I'm going to make him.
Nah.
I think that we're going to start the entire night off with a little trio.
Yeah, you
Mayor.
wanted to sing
Slay.
Islands in the Stream or something.
No, that was one of my. What else did I send you?
I don't know, but we don't need to do Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton.
That was one. Basically, what I did was Googled what's good trio songs for karaoke for 3 people, for 2 boys
Islands
and a
in
girl.
The Stream, that is what we are.
There's
one
no
in
way I
between.
can probably find this now.
How
but
do we go wrong?
I don't even know the words to that one, so that would not
way
have
with
been my
me.
choice, Mayor.
To the other side.
Hey, listen, if you guys have.
We rely on each other.
Oh, that would be a good line.
Yeah, but then the next line is kind of weird.
It would be awkward.
Making love with each other.
Okay, no, never mind. We're not going to do that one.
See, I got
Never
rid of
mind.
that song. You see how that happened, Kirby?
That one's gone. Moving on. But yeah,
yeah,
moving on.
1045thezone.com/events. You can find out more information there.
Okay, I was looking back through our text chain to try and find it. Wow, there are some text on this thing. Here's one screenshot of should you drain the blood from your crushed fingernail? That was a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, you did, and it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, your finger's better. I'm looking at your right middle finger right now.
I know, but so I hit it again while prepping for the party. So painful.
And then you stubbed your toe.
And then, oh, yeah, it's all black and blue. I think I might have broken a toe, too. I know. I'm just going to leave that.
I walked around.
It's fine.
I walked around the corner. She's standing there, and she's like got her head down by her feet, like standing. She raises up, and her head's purple. Her face is purple because all the blood had rushed to her face. And she goes, "Mayor, I just can't.
I just can't win."
And I'm like, "What are you doing?" And she said, "She's wearing flip flops." And yeah,
Breaking
alcohol
bones,
and
moving
flip
too
flops.
fast. Yeah.
I mean,
anyway,
didn't
so that's
somebody
black
write a
and
song
blue.
about
But
that?
alcohol and flip flops. Oh, I'm sure there's a good country song. Dang it, now I can't find it. Anyway, I'll get back to you. But hey, if anybody has a good idea for a karaoke song for 3 people that we can do together, let me know. Let me know, and I will make the boys
A trio song?
learn it.
Who sang that, Kirby?
A trio. TLC was one of the TLCs. Not Scrubs, but one of the...
Jimmy Buffett. It was Jimmy Buffett, who used to live here.
Oh, here we go. I found it. Say My Name, Destiny's Child. That could be a good 3-person one, don't you think? Dude, Kirby Allen Kirby's all in for this.
Say my name, say my name.
Yeah.
I do like that song. but
Perfect. This is what it says. Perfect if the trio wants to show off a little attitude.
Does our trio have attitude?
I don't know. I don't know if y'all can handle that. Wannabe by the Spice Girls is actually a quintet, but it works with 3. Mm-hmm. Summer Nights from Greece.
Summer Nights is good.
That is just a pure crowd pleaser right there.
Huh.
We could do that.
College World Series, Alabama is out. Number 6 ranked Texas took out Alabama 14-2. That is 2 losses for Alabama. They're done. Ole Miss also done. Teams with 1 loss: West Virginia, Troy, and Texas. Georgia and Oklahoma play tonight.
Yes.
I'm missing a team. North Carolina.
Yes.
Yeah, so I will be watching. I will partake. 6 o'clock tonight on ESPN. Number 3, Georgia. Had a dominant performance the other day. And they're playing Oklahoma. 615-737-1045. Always the number at 3HL 1045 on X. The other day, Dawn sparked a lot of things. Did you see how many people viewed this Buck Rising post?
No.
So Buck Rising tweeted, Cam Ward's subpar practices are becoming one of the prominent themes of the Tennessee Titans offseason program at A to Z Sports. 366,000 views.
Yeah.
Babs retweeted it and wrote, learning a brand new offense, new coaching staff, new OC, new weapons, and its OTAs that media has limited access to. Not even training camp yet. Are we serious with this? God forbid he learn and figure out what he's capable of doing during OTAs. And that's kind of where I am. So that's where, we kind of came up with earlier in the show. Just wanted to hear from you and kind of get your take on where we are with Cam Ward. What do you think about it? How confident are you in Cam Ward 1 to 10 as we sit here going into prior to training camp number 2 for him, new coaching staff, all those things? Steve called in and said 3. 1 to 10, he's a 3. Derek was a 7. Rod was a 7. John was a 9. Chauncey was a 6. I was about a 5. Let's wait and see what happens.
Captain Tony on Twitter, how confident are you? I'm going to give this a strong-ass 6.
A strong-ass 6.
My reason is I felt he exceeded expectations last year due to coaching changes. The roster turnover and depth was not good. The O-line has been bad, and injuries plagued them as well across the roster. This year is a year where many fans will question his injury after games. I say it's far too early to label as a franchise quarterback. There you go.
I think all that's fair.
That.
And so
it's all fair, yeah.
Yeah, and Buck was, I guess, making a point as to what he had seen in OTAs so far. And that's completely fair, as is our opinion and all of yours. But I think the way that a lot of us interpreted his tweet was kind of a blanket statement on Cam's not where he needs to be and all these things. And there are some in the media market that think he's a bust, for example. And so that's why, when I read that tweet, I kind of took it the way I think you took it. Mm-hmm. I didn't respond to it. You did. But I kind of took it the same way, I think, in that you're kind of making a blanket statement when actually you're still going down the river. You know what I mean?
Correct. I think
it's still a journey and a process.
It's still a journey and a process. And as somebody responded to my tweet, by the way, there are some responses to my tweet that you would have thought that I just mass murdered their family or something by quote tweeting Buck and saying, "Are we really doing this right now?" I'm serious. There were people that were very upset with my take on that, and that I'm a simp for Amy Adams Strunk. And which I had to look up to see exactly what simp meant. So, but all of that, yeah, that clearly I'm a mouthpiece for the Titans because I thought that was kind of a crazy, ridiculous take. What? How ridiculous is that take?
A simp is internet slang for someone who shows excessive attention, deference, or devotion to another person, usually a romantic interest, often at the expense of their own self-respect or dignity.
All because I said, are we really doing this after the media has allowed to see, 5 OTA practices? We're really saying that Cam Ward has issues, right?
Yeah, okay. Dawn out here simping.
Yeah, there you go. That's how you say it.
Yeah,
yep.
Simping and pimping.
Simping, and somebody sarcastically said, yeah, the only quarterbacks who have ever been successful complete all of their passes at practice and make no mistakes. That's exactly my point. Yeah, actually, Marcus did. He never made mistakes. Remember, we were tracking how many completed passes he had during training camp. But even then, we're talking training camp. Now we're talking OTAs that the media has limited access to, and we're talking about and there are fans on here that came at me and were like, "Did you not see the video where he missed a check down?" I'm like, "Wow, okay. the one clip video or whatever, 2 clips of video that the media is actually allowed to shoot. Like
Also-
this, I just think it's
Well-
and don't take this as I don't want people to feel like, oh, she's making excuses for Cam Ward. Listen, I've seen some of the practices I've been to. I get it. There were throws that I was like, what the hell is he doing? But then I don't know what they're working on. I didn't know one of the receivers he was even throwing to. I had to go scour my charts.
Check down might have easily have been not a part of whatever they were doing.
Correct.
Easily. You just don't know unless you look at the script.
So I just felt like it was kind of it's been a really aggressive conversation topic by certain few in the media and that's why I quote tweeted Buck and Austin Stanley from A to Z Sports came at us and was like, okay,
what are we supposed to do?
yeah,
We're
he's
giving our
like, Don,
take on
you're
what we
not you're not
see.
wrong, Don, but neither is Buck. Cam had a bad week of practice, to which I say, how do you know if he had a bad week of practice? You were there for 2 days.
Yeah.
And
Or 3,
you just,
but,
or
yeah.
3 days. Yeah. I don't know. I just,
And he did struggle.
yeah, he had his moments,
that's
which I would expect
Slay
with the
was
new
there.
offense, trying to do things, trying to, I'm hoping trying things out so that he doesn't do things like that in the regular season.
Slay was there on Thursday and said, after period 1, he told the story on the radio. He was standing somewhat close to Buck, and they weren't talking at the time. He was talking with his brother, Ramon. But he and Buck at the same time said, okay, when they started period 2, like, okay, Cam, show me something. So, but he's a young quarterback, and he's going to go through those things. That's what I want from him.
And
at
he
training
also
camp
had,
and at OTAs.
at least from what I've seen, he also had amazing throws that were put in a place that nobody but his receiver could catch it. But we don't want to focus on those because then we would be hyping him up.
You'd be simping.
Simping.
615-737-1045.
Can I get a T-shirt that just says simping?
Just simping.
Just simping.
Richard next up on 3HL. Richard, what's going on?
My main concern with Cam is that I think he's going to fall into the sophomore slump because I have to ask you this. How many offensive coordinators has he had in the last 4 years? His head's got to be swimming by now.
4.
5. Oh.
5.
I guess technically because
Yeah.
Callahan was fired. Well, Callahan was the play caller. Because
Right,
he
but
went
then-
from Washington State, Miami,
But then you had 2 last year with Callahan leaving.
Callahan. Yeah, you're right. So, yeah, basically 5 in 4 years.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Sophomore slump. Like, sophomore slump used to be a thing. I don't know. When you talk about guys going from year 1 to year 2, and you talk about, Drake May is a great example in New England. In his rookie year, Drake May out of North Carolina completed 66.6% of his passes. Last year, 72%. He went from 2,276 yards passing to 4,394. He went from 6.7 yards per reception to 8.9. He went from 15 touchdowns to 31. He went from 10 interceptions to 8. Sack total went up, but his quarterback rating went from 55.2 to 77.1. That's year 1 to year 2. So can Cam
and they
Ward
put
have
pieces around him to make him better.
Can Cam have that kind of jump year 1 to year 2? I think that's one of the things we are kind of talking through as well. 615-737-1045. Mo is next up. What up, Mo?
Yeah, good afternoon, guys. I'm gonna kind of go on a rant real quick. I'm gonna try to be fast. It absolutely drives me so crazy that when players are practicing and the media are making these absolutely wild observations, it literally pisses me off. I'm trying to think back to 2019, 2020 when we had Ryan Tannehill, and what was the dialogue when we were actually doing good? Does the media ever give the Titans praise, or it just pisses me off how they try to bring down our players? And I guess I know that's their job, but Cam Ward, he's going into his second year. You're going to make mistakes, it's practice. Like, it's not an actual game. Like, I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. Thank you.
We're
guys.
talking about practice, Mo.
That's right.
Not a game.
Yeah.
We're talking about practice.
I mean,
if you haven't heard when I'm referring to Allen Iverson, we're talking about practice.
oh my gosh, everybody knows
it.
that, right?
I don't know. I think
the kids don't.
Yeah, I think you reached an age range that maybe hadn't seen that. But
well, all right, AI. Go look at it. Google AI practice.
A lot of what he's saying is right, but also it is like you're talking about the media being out there. That is their job to tell you what they're seeing, and when we're out there, we'll do the same thing. Slay was out there Thursday. He did a practice report.
Now, I'll say this too. I do feel like media is kind of in a can't win. I mean, I don't consider us media. Hold on.
No, we do our best to entertain.
Right.
Now, we do get into
not,
the opinion business because that's what we're into.
Because that's what we do, yeah. So we'll give our opinion. But we're not like covering this team where you have to write something, put it out, that kind of thing. But I do feel like, and it's a perfect example, you see Buck putting out what he saw, felt about Cam Ward. I say the opposite. There are people that go at Buck and say all he is negative. All he does is report negative stuff. He never reports the good. He only reports the bad. Then there's people coming at me saying I'm a Titans homer. I'm simping for the organization. So really in this position, you just can't win because you're going to, no matter what side you are on, like you're going to get a portion of the fan base that's either going to come at you for being too negative or come at you for being too positive.
Well, Buck and those guys do an amazing job. And let's keep this to Buck right now, okay? Because Buck's out there all the time. He covers the team on a day-to-day basis. Yep. We do not do that. So we will come on the air, and we'll have guys like Buck on to give us some better perspective. Having said all that, we do have people over there that we know, and we do have conversations with people, and we do go to practice, and so we will offer to you what we see and what we think and what we hear and all those things. But, yeah, Buck does it every day like a lot of those guys do and does a great job of asking questions, getting opinions out of you, getting you to think, And Babs, you're right. Like, if you're doing it right, people are coming at you for being too positive and too negative. So,
right, it should be both.
Yeah.
Now there are some in this market that it's not both.
Yeah. But in terms of propping someone or some things up, that's not our job, and we don't do that. 615-737-1045. The truth of the matter with Cam Ward is he's a developing quarterback. In the first 9 games last year, 5 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Last 8 games last year, 10 touchdowns, 1 interception. So was there improvement? Yeah. Is he going to be great? No idea. Is he going to be awful? No idea. But I think it's fun to watch a quarterback develop because here's the thing, and this is what the NFL does, and we talk about all the time. The NFL offers hope, and they do it maybe better than anybody else, right? So at least the journey from a fan standpoint is an entertaining one and one that hopeful that he does turn out to be one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league. Because then what are we all talking about? We're talking about a bunch of wins. We're talking about growing a team from a playoff caliber team to a Super Bowl caliber team if he works out. It's that important from a quarterback position to have him work out.
And then we're also bringing up this day where we're like, do you remember when the media had such an issue with OTA practices?
Yeah, or this guy said he was a bust.
Right.
Now he's in the Super Bowl.
Right. It could go either way.
It could. 615-737-1045. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport. Ron Slay will be back tomorrow. Appreciate you being with us. 1045 The Zone Golf Classic presented by Ferguson today at Nashville Golf and Athletic Club. We'll be right back. 3HL 1045 The Zone.
Want to talk to you about my friends at Two Rivers Ford. If you are in the market for a new vehicle, if maybe you've just kind of been thinking about it, now is a great time. Whether you need a truck, SUV, regular car, whatever you need, Two Rivers Ford has it. And right now they're offering employee pricing for absolutely everyone. So you pay what they pay on almost every single new Ford on their lot. Two Rivers Ford, what you see is exactly what you get. They are the best. They don't do things like add-on accessory packages or service packages to increase the price of their vehicles. They're upfront. They're honest every single time. Their salespeople, non-commission, and now they are offering you employee pricing. No better time to buy American, no better dealership than my friends at Two Rivers Ford. We've bought multiple Fords from them now. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, home of the non-commissioned sales team, and now home of employee pricing for everyone. Local, honest, real. That is Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
HL 104.5 The Zone, Britt Doherty, Don Davenport. Slay Dog will be with us tomorrow. got College World Series action. We'll get Slay's take on the Knicks championship tomorrow. Also, Carolina, done. NBA and NHL, done. Carolina Hurricanes, 3-0. Win over Vegas to win the series in 6 games.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
I don't think there's I don't know if there's a better championship than the Stanley Cup. Like the trophy.
I was really hoping for Game 7.
The celebration,
Yeah.
the beards, the week-long, month-long celebration afterwards, just the motions from these grizzled hockey guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just everything. I mean, I just sat and watched that championship celebration, like every second of it after the game.
How much better would it have been had the Knicks won on their home floor and Carolina won on their home ice?
Way better.
Yeah. That's tough. I mean, I remember being in the building.
In the building.
With my guy Connor watching the Penguins take down the Predators.
Yep, I was there too.
In the Stanley Cup final.
That
and
stunk.
Winning in Nashville and watching them celebrate that was tough.
Yeah.
That was tough. But, we stay because, you think, okay, if they ever win one, I want to remember this feeling. You know what I mean? Like, if they get back, I want to remember this feeling.
Absolutely.
And sports does that, man. I mean,
we need the Preds to get back.
we definitely do. For those that were not here for that Stanley Cup run, that was one of the more magical times in this town's history.
It was really
And
cool.
it's funny how, we romanticize sports. The run to the Super Bowl with the Titans, same thing. But we romanticize sports. We remember everywhere we were when things happened. Like the Music City Miracle,
runs.
for example.
Oh, yeah. Where were you, Mayor?
I was in a hallway, not watching. I was going from the press box to
down
meet
to the
friends
field.
at their seats. And the Music City Miracle happened while I was in that interior hallway.
Who was
with
standing next to you?
Ron Jaworski standing right next to me. He didn't see it either.
Does he admit that he didn't see it?
I don't know. He did go on ESPN and said one of the might have been the craziest play I've ever seen in my life. But by then he could have easily have seen it, right? But he didn't say seen it live or anything like that. But
okay.
But honestly, it was kind of a special way to, if this makes sense on any level, it was kind of a special way to consume that moment because I didn't see it, but I heard it. You know what I mean?
In the
I
stadium.
heard the swell of the crowd as Dice ran
Were
up the
you like,
sideline.
what the hell
I was
is
like, what the
happening?
hell is going on?
Yeah.
And so then, you knew something huge happened, but at that point I was like, did they score? Did they get close enough to kick a field goal? What? So you're having to think through all these things as I'm running toward the concourse, and I see thousands of people running back in the stadium. I mean, it was
So
crazy.
crazy. Oh.
And so by then, the TVs at the concession stand were showing the replay, and so then I saw it. But it felt like, I think Paul Karski did a story about this not too long ago about how long they actually reviewed it.
Yeah.
And it's not near as long as we all think it was.
Yes.
It was like a minute and a half or something, maybe. But it felt like 20 minutes.
I want to go back and watch that game now on TV.
Yeah.
That might be our nighttime viewing tonight for me and Mr. Babs.
I got you. 615-737-1045. But yeah, so that whole Stanley Cup run, I mean, that was like a day-to-day thing. Even when the Preds weren't playing, it was all we were all talking about. In a market that didn't grow up with that sport.
Mm-hmm.
In a market where I grew up here and never watched hockey when I was a kid. I mean, never even thought about it. Now, if something spectacular happened and Wayne Gretzky scored 7 goals in a game or something, you'd see the highlights or something like that. But it's not like we were sitting here watching, the Kings play the Islanders on a random Tuesday. We weren't doing that.
Right.
But to go through that and the way the Preds did that, they took advantage of the moment for sure. They did everything they could and they did it perfectly. And you went downtown and every couple of blocks on Broadway, there was a huge television set up. And so there wasn't just one viewing party, like in the, what do they call that, country music park or whatever, outside Bridgestone, outside the Hilton and across from the Country Music Hall of Fame, that park area. They had TV set up there. That was where the official watch party was. But, when I tell you there were thousands of people downtown in Nashville when the Preds were playing during that Stanley Cup run, every single night to watch those games. Like, people just can't get in the building, but I want to be there for the moment.
Yep.
Like, I want to experience this moment.
That is what got us the NFL draft.
Yes, exactly right. Got the NHL draft, then got the NFL draft, and here we sit on the precipice of something incredible with that new stadium and all the events that will take place there.
Do you remember at one point it was pouring during one of those games, and it was still packed downtown?
Still packed.
I mean,
Let's
just
go, Preds.
Packed. We need you back, guys. Come on. Get it together.
So this is what we need. We need the Preds to be like Stanley Cup contenders. We need the Titans to be Super Bowl contenders.
Yes.
And we'll all be happy.
We'll all be living our best life, except for a select few that will
We'll still rain on the
whine.
parade. Yep.
Yes. And call Cam Ward a bust.
Remember, during that run, Sean Henry would come on every day the Preds had a home game. But he would go on like a walkabout at some point, and he never told us where he went. But he would go walk around downtown and then show up and do our show.
Yep. That was his, it's superstitious. You got to do, yep. And then they would win, so he had to keep coming on our show. That had to be a part of his pregame thing.
Man, that was amazing. Got to 6 games in that series, too.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Anyway, Titans minicamp tomorrow. The only difference tomorrow is tomorrow's mandatory.
Mandatory.
So now that doesn't mean that the ones that didn't go to OTAs will be active on the field, but it is mandatory, so everybody should be there.
Well, and it'll give us all something to talk about.
That's right.
This guy will never be a good player ever in the history of him playing anything.
He's a bust.
It's a bust.
He looked like crap in minicamp.
You should see this guy play ping pong. He sucks at everything.
I mean, just garbage.
World Cup going on, obviously College World Series going on. We've got a lot to get to, and we'll get Slay's take on the Knicks winning the NBA championship. First time since 1973. I had a really dark take on that earlier.
Yeah, you did.
Scared
I
to bring
would
it back
prefer you to not bring it back up.
Well, I mean, the last time they won, I was born.
Yeah.
And then they won again, so does that mean I'm going to die? See how I turn everything toward myself?
Also,
right there.
Who thinks like that?
Weird people like
Weirdo.
me. Weirdo. That's true. Hey, we appreciate everybody that helped bring this golf tournament together. It's a lot of work. A lot of people behind the scenes getting a lot of things done. Pig and Pie Catering setting up the dinner as the golfers are about to head back in. We appreciate Ferguson, Boswell Golf Carts, Two Rivers Ford, RTM Roofing, Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply, Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, Brentwood Hearing Center, Contours LLC. You went and visited with those guys. The Joint Chiropractic, Wayne's Pest Control, Low T Center, Window Nation, Uncle Bud's Pig and Pie Catering, Nash Dogs. Also special thanks to Southern Trophy House for providing awards and apparel. Our charity, Fight DMD. To donate, visit fightdmd.com. Terry Marlin and his crew do an amazing job. Coca-Cola, Milagro Tequila, Hendricks Gin, Reka Vodka, Sailor Jerry Spice Rum, Libras Fort Distillery, Miller Lite, Topo Chico, is that how you say that? Hard seltzer?
Yes.
Coors Light, Yazoo Brewing Company. Special thanks to our prize sponsors, Atlanta Braves, Tennessee Titans, Nashville SC, Tennessee Athletics, Nashville Predators, Live Nation Club Champion. Thanks for Mo's help today. Alan Kirby did not mess anything up that I know about.
Good job, Kirby.
All the golfers that participated, and if you haven't, make sure when this event comes around, you join us, 1045thezone.com. We appreciate you guys including us in your day and in your lives. We do not take that for granted, nor do we take that lightly. Hopefully, at some point, we were able to put a smile on your face. 3HL is organized chaos. Have a great night. Good night. God bless.
See ya.
Wouldn't want to be unless you were a simp. Shout out to all the simps out there.
All the simps.
Whoop, whoop.
Keep simping, people.
Simping.